live because I've got I always keep the actual Twitch open on my computer as well, so I can check it goes online.
It's right there. All sorted. Having the wonders of technology again.
Yeah. Yep, there we go, it's working.
So I think next time I'm going to write all these names down on a pad. And I can just look at the pad and just put it next to my screen.
So I think I sent you obviously the current top four, because it's only the top four that come with the championship at the moment. So obviously Phil is just in it. Cause it's
Yeah, I can
points up
see
for
that.
grabs,
Yeah,
and he's
got
pretty much
Brandon,
needing
Ash and Phil.
Yeah. So Phil's pretty much needing a perfect record tonight to get it. But obviously, I think he can, after quali, he can still win it. It's just race one he'll need Luke.
Nice, driving the Audi TCR. Nice.
Oh. Otherwise, it's all.
It's kind of the similar, the usual suspects at the top there. Isn't it? I recognise the names.
Yeah.
I recognise those three at least.
Ash up there, Ash up there yet again. Luca, obviously defending champion. Brandon, who was right with him, who's been right with him all season long, and then obviously Phil, who's outside shot, but didn't expect him. Connor's just said, Stephen, turn your mic up a bit or get Dame to turn his down. Okay, so I think the order, because Connor's watching the stream to keep an eye on it.
Right, so I need to turn down, you need to turn up.
Potentially.
The problem is I don't have
This
the
is
mic sound adjuster because it broke, so it's plugged directly into the controller.
I've angled mine up slightly, so I should be a bit loud now. Oh no.
If not, I'll probably have to improvise somehow and turn it down some other way. I don't know how yet. I'll figure it out.
Just put the headset on the floor.
I'll just wing it.
Sounds. Oh, of course. I'm an idiot.
So it's the wonders of technology.
Nice. Just what you need. Damien, you need to turn it down. Yeah, he said you need. Are you able to angle your actual mic slightly away from your mouth, possibly?
I can try. I've just moved it away, so I don't know if that make a difference.
Ah, yeah, that sounds better already. Oh. Welcome everyone in the chat. Already got 7 people in here who's watching. Yeah, I'm sure they'll pop up in the chat if they want to say anything. 24 people, Jesus Christ, it's a full lobby.
Those people that are watching the stream are probably the drivers doing their pre-race prep, watching the stream.
I definitely saw, I think one of Ali's mates popped in, so welcome. Because I can sometimes see names pop up on the saying who's in there, so welcome everyone who's here. Yeah, Ali's in there, obviously. Don't know who Boogie Bonds is, but welcome. I think it's now just all waiting on qualifying to start. Howdy. Indies update, Steve. Oh, you want an Independence Championship update, Ali? Well, I did a check like you asked, and I was mistaken. Ash is confirmed as the Independence Champion, so apologies for putting you off on that one. My maths were slightly out, but I fixed it. actually did some counting, Ash has won the independents. You pretty much a guaranteed second, but yeah. So sorry, mate.
You never put that part down for me to read up on.
Yeah, I know. In all fairness, I was writing everything down. I said it over and then went,
I've just did
Yeah,
something.
every other championship is all. Yeah, son of a bitch. Sorry, man. Every other championship is all agreed. Is all
agreed
sorted.
upon.
It is literally just down to the drivers' championship now.
I was going to say, if we're all agreeing on champions, just let me have the championship and just simply turning up, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I think it was an agreement that we might give it to Kieran or Shane actually.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at the list of drivers. It's like I recognise the majority of these names.
Oh, that's the main thing then. Yeah, we still got like quite a solid group.
Well, I was saying
compared
names,
to-
more like game tags, but yeah, I've got the names.
Yeah, yeah, you can figure it out.
I'll wing it. I'll make sure I'm more prepared for next season. There you go.
Ideal. Not that big a grid, eh? Only 22, and obviously 2 streamers.
Bigger than most grids.
That's not too bad at all. Get myself out of the way.
Oh, the map's all automatically for me. That's brilliant. I don't have to do nothing.
Yeah. Alright, so everyone's out on their outlap, slowly moving away. See him leaving the grid. Who's your pick for pole? Obviously we've got Ash, Luca and Brandon holding on to ballast. What do you reckon?
Ooh. So Ash, Luca, and who else has got the ballast?
Brandon, yeah, as top 3. Both holding on to the 5% ballast.
Right. It depends on how much the ballast affects them free, to be fair, because I still reckon they'll be very quick. I've always remembered them to be
definitely still
exceptionally fast. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to
It'd be
go
interesting to see what
completely
filters
different. I think those 3 will still be in the top 10, I think.
Right, yeah.
Who do I want to pick for pole? It's like a trick question, isn't it?
Thing is, it can be the way it goes around this track. Sometimes it could be anyone. You could have someone that you'd expect to be low down just put out an absolute blinder out of nowhere. I know in practice, Brandon was still looking quick. Luca was obviously still looking quick. Kyle put in a couple good laps.
I still think one of them 3 will probably still be front row. I don't know why. I
still
kind of feel like
You reckon it'll still be a ballast holder in front?
I reckon one of
Interesting.
them. Yeah. I was going to sit there and be
Alright.
nice and probably say like Jack or something like that just to make him feel great, but then I was like, one of them 3 probably will somehow pull it out of the bag. If they get a rhythm going, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I think the Ash's Honda will probably be the one to watch out for, to be honest. Because he can,
I mean,
that GP
it's-
section, it's going to be flying through there.
Lap times are changing. What I like about the screen is that the numbers and drivers are going all over the place. It feels like
Oh, I know, it's nuts, isn't it?
brilliant.
So, at the moment, Luca is... Well, as I say that, Jake's taken pole so far with a 1:31.4 on his first lap, which is pretty quick in his Mercedes. Only Mercedes on track today, because Stephen couldn't make it. I think he's got work. But... it's got tons of drivers who aren't setting a clean lap yet. Only 9 have set a clean.
Yeah, unfortunately that doesn't tell me on the screen here, so I'm watching them go around, but I'll try and keep an eye, see if anyone flies off and do some spectacular donuts or something.
Sounds good.
Once-
Sounds good.
I'm just trying to figure out how to change cars here. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, some Mercedes and fastest at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, Jake has been pulling that Mercedes, like, everyone has been agreeing that Jake has pulled that Mercedes a lot higher than it was expected to be doing, like, for the entire season. He's been nuts in that.
Teammate to Stephen, I see, yeah.
Yeah. Right, first quick laps are coming through. Ferguson pole, 30.0. No one's quite got into the 29s yet, but we're expecting someone to get into there, surely. It's close between the top 3. So Liam Ferguson has done a 30.0, then Luke has done a 30.1, Garside 30.1.
I think what's quite scary about this is that these times and positions are tumbling quicker than I can change to the car that's near the front. So it's constantly changing at the moment.
Yeah.
It's actually very
James
enjoyable to
goes
watch
fourth
qualifying.
at the
To be
moment.
fair.
It is, yeah. Oh, Brandon's gone fourth now with a 30.2. Christ, this is going to be quick. CK 30.3. He might be one to watch out for, actually. CK, we never mentioned him.
CK. Oh, Callum. Yeah, I remember Callum.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, God. Well, he was on the grid, to be fair.
Welcome
Like
back.
I said, I recognise a lot of names. I told you I'd be rough. I will be a bit rough. You know, a bit...
No,
not
you're
good,
all good.
Yeah, Callum. I remember Callum seasons ago. He was always very rapid.
He started the season in the BMW, but then he switched the Audi midway through. I think it was after Catalonia, because he just... Even though he was quite high up in the standings, he just wasn't getting on with it, and he didn't feel like he was going to be able to challenge much. So he switched to the Audi. And he's been
mid-season
rapid
switch.
since. Yeah. Of course, he had to lose all his points as a result, but...
Yeah, was it the is it TCR Audi or the S3?
No, he's in the S3. Switched to the S3. All the
one car I
TCRs
could
got
never get on
taken
with.
are all... Yeah. Well, that's what I was supposed to be going in for this season, but instead I stepped aside, went to commentary, and left the Audi to, obviously, Connor and Ryan, who are currently 12th and 18th as it stands, but...
Yeah, I think
great.
Liam actually improved his lap time there. Stay in front.
Someone's got to get into the 20... As I say it, CK's gone to a 29.9. So CK currently on pole. What a lap that is. Did expect 29s. Definitely expected 29s.
So what I can see is Lucas somehow hanging in there. I just say one of the balanced guys might be on the front row, and I think Lucas holding the front row slot at the moment. So.
He's just had it nicked away from him. He's just had CK take it, push him down the second row alongside Garside.
Went through. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you say, he's been rapid. He goes and does it.
Actually, this is quite a decent spot to be sat as a safety car. I can see him all going around through the Indy section pretty much entirely. Coming out of the exit at Pilot Kill, through Druids, come down the hill into into Graham Hill, sorry.
So it's an
Pretty
all
decent
Audi
spot,
front
yeah.
row at the moment. So Chevy in third.
Oh yeah, Ferguson did improve. 30, nearly a 30 flat. That is extremely close between CK and Ferguson.
Mm. Amazingly enough, I have not seen a single driver yet make a mistake. They're all flying around and actually keeping it on track.
Wait till it's racing. Wait till they're in the race.
So I'll just commentate custom just to see if someone goes off. It didn't happen.
So currently, quickest of the dirty laps is Deck with 30.4, which would put him 6th on the grid.
Oh,
Brandon's just improved to a 30.
Yeah.
God, Brandon's just improved to be 1,000th quicker than Garside, nicking 5th place away from him.
I see.
Bloody
I
close.
see those three
Ooh!
being stuck together throughout the night.
Sorry, just I say this, Ryan's gone pole currently with a 29.8.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Just nicked that away from CK so far, so CK's going to want to improve to take that place back from him.
It's like the attack of the Audis going on. There's a lot of Audis at the front at the moment. So
Yeah.
Good.
Who's that?
Between the two
So
models as well.
Dunk pitted, guessing he might have made a mistake on one of the laps and he's had to either get new tyres or sort his engine out. So it's still front row of Ryan and CK, both in the S3s at the moment.
Phil did not improve, so remains 6th at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ash down in 10th. Bloody close all the way along the grid, to be honest. There's quite a gap actually between 6th and 7th, and then it's close pretty much the entire way down from there. Someone just jumped up. Who was that? Oh, Dex just chucked himself into 7th, pushing Ash out of the top 10. Good lap from Deck.
I mean, these lap times are exceptionally close. It's kind of what I like about Branson.
Ash is down in 12th at the moment in that Honda. That's we would definitely expect higher than that from him. He's not going to like that, seeing his two title rivals, well, all three title rivals really, ahead of him in 4th, 5th and 6th.
Yeah, I was just looking at that on the screen just a minute ago. I was thinking maybe he just hasn't had a clean lap yet. You know, probably not hit all the apexes properly or something like that. So I'll see if I can bring him up quick and see what he's driving like.
Thing is with Ash, he'll sometimes he pushes the limits so hard that because he's always pretty much driving at the quickest he possibly can. So I reckon what he's doing is he's probably just making it dirty on like one part of a corner. And I bet in the chat at the moment he is absolutely fuming because he knows he can go quicker than that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no lack of commitment. I mean, he's proper chucking out Honda in the corners. So,
is it? Are you checking him out?
I'm watching him. He's absolutely attacking the corners. Like he's just did a little bit of a wheel spin out of the exit as well. So he's definitely trying to get as much speed as he can out of the corners.
At the moment, only person on a dirty lap is now Dunk.
He's dropped down to 13th now.
Still be 22nd. Ooh, who's taken over him now?
Oh, it was Nathan. Yeah, he popped up to 8th. So.
Yeah. God, it's really close there actually, and Deck has pretty much bridged the gap between 6th and what was
someone else has improved
with his fit.
Ash is down to 14th, so who else has just popped up there?
Ash is not going to like being that low down. Ash is not going to like that at all. I know ballast affects him, but he's not going to like starting that.
The name said, see who else has just
not an easy place to overtake here at all, as we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure who actually jumped up there and knocked him down to 14th. So.
Oh, Brandon's jumped ahead of Luca. Brandon's jumped into 4th, pushing Luca down to 5th. And as we say it, Ash puts a lap in to put himself 8th. That's more like it.
That lap time came up quick before he even crossed that line. I mean, that was some going.
On your side, you've got like a couple seconds off, maybe?
Yeah, I think I switched on car. I think his car momentarily kind of went black screen and came back again. So yeah.
Okay.
I'll just switch to another driver just in case it's that. So.
No, that's all good. So, yeah.
So Ryan's still holding on to
Ryan,
pole.
CK, Liam, Brandon, Luca. Then it's Phil. Nathan's improved to put himself behind Phil ahead of Deck. That is so close between those guys there.
I ain't lying, but when you see
When you
put those names next to each other, you know it's going to be a juicy start.
That is going to be yeah. You obviously expect the Chevys to maybe get a couple positions off the start, but it's quite a thin grid here, and obviously it's quite a short run to turn 1, so it could be quite interesting to see how those Chevys get away.
Oh, someone just went off there.
No BMW launch to work out for. Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was Dunk. Bless him. He, I think it ran wide when Ash was passing him there. So.
Okay. Just gonna. Phil's taken pole. Phil's just jumped up with a 29.7.
Maybe
Ryan down to second.
Maybe my prediction of a ballast driver starting on pole could potentially happen.
Yeah, see what. That's you see. We were saying that Phil needs a perfect race and pretty much a perfect day to get a win and to win the championship, but that's a good start.
Yeah,
pole position is going to be a bloody good start.
He's obviously found a sweet spot with the setup there, and he probably just got the perfect lap there. He's actually cruising a bit now, so I think he's like doing a little cool down lap and probably go again.
He might have actually messed this lap up because he's not going to get a chance to put another one in. Looking at it, because they're on lap 9 now. So he's going. This is going to be everyone's last lap, isn't
cruising, so I think he just got that perfect lap and was like, right, I'm done. beat that. So
Fair enough.
I think that's what it looks like. I'm watching him at the moment.
That,
He hasn't made
at
mistakes, and it's like
29.7 is a good lap.
he just started cruising down the back straight. So Evat or Forza was lying to me. So he's giving it plenty down into the last corner. So.
There we go, last guys are coming across the line now. Kyle and
Last
Ali don't
side
improve.
finishes.
Newman doesn't improve. Garside and Ferguson. Oh, Fergs has jumped into third, taken over from CK. Pushing CK down to fourth. See if anyone else is going to jump up. See if the real ones we've got to look out for is Brandon. Luca doesn't improve. He's
Yeah,
stay
I'm watching
sixth.
Brandon
Deck
at
will
the moment.
stay
He's just
eighth.
coming through the last corner.
Doesn't improve, stays fifth unless someone underneath can take that position from him. Ryan might be one to watch out for. I'm not sure how his last lap is going.
Oh, someone else was on pole. I think I just saw it.
CK's
CK,
CK's just jumped
yeah.
up. Whew,
He was
put that
right
out
in front of
nowhere.
Brandon then. It was right in front of Brandon. I was watching both going down that finish straight there. Fantastic lap.
29.781 in comparison to Garside's 29.790. So Ryan's finished now. He's going to stay third. It is all down to Ash for the top 10. Seeing what those behind him can do. I think Ash may stay ninth, but it'd be interested to see what he can do on his final lap.
2 more cars left still circulating. So I'm not entirely sure who they are, but they're red dots to me. I'm trying to find them.
It's not Ash then, because he's one of the ballast holders. So it is who's that? Who's just come across the line? Shane stays 17th. What else we got here? Yeah. That is that. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be it. So, CK first, Garside second, Ryan third, Ferguson fourth. It's bloody close between those guys as well. 29.781, 29.790, 29.820 and 29.876.
That's impressive. That's super
I
close.
can't believe we didn't think of CK for pole until the very end. So apologies to CK, mate. Really should have thought of you.
No, he was rapid throughout the whole qualifying, but I thought literally Garside just did enough there to pinch the pole.
Mm.
So Ash in the end only managed to make it to P9, so he's got a lot of work to do there.
So I'm hearing that apparently Dirty lapped. Brandon and Luca both set 29s. Luca set a 29.9 and Brandon a 29.8. But obviously because they were dirty, they didn't count.
Taking a little bit too much
So
of the
that-
track there, so...
So that would have been interesting to see them that high up. But that is... Oof. And it looks like I've just been informed that the first to 17th are all separated by a second. Less than a second between first and 17th.
That was something I would
That's
expect
nuts.
around Brands Indy, not the GP circuit, so
That is nuts.
that is some good going. So, believe it or not, the first 2 rows are completely taken by Audis, and then the first non-Audi is going to be Brandon in
And then
5th in the Chevrolet, so, yeah.
It's Audi. It's Audi S3, Audi TCR, Audi S3, Audi TCR, Chevrolet, and then the Honda of Ash. That is so. Those 4
Those
Audis
Chevy
are really
boys.
gonna have to watch out behind them because those Chevys with their starts, they're gonna be bloody close.
Those Chevy boys are hoping they ace those starts and get those revs right to hopefully jump one or 2 of those Audis.
That is something. So yeah, congrats to CK. He takes that bonus point for fastest lap / pole position.
Every point counts these
That's
days.
So that's a point that someone else may have needed, have missed out on. Especially, Garside may have wanted that one. Right, all slowly backing out to get ready for the race 1.
Yeah, so that's Cam's, what? How many poles has he had now?
So that's his second fastest lap point of the season.
Ah. Yeah, I've just seen
He's
it. Brandon's been the qualifying hero this season, hasn't he?
Brandon has been qualifying and fastest lap hero, yeah. 13 fastest laps so far. That's, but that is... Yeah, that is, interesting to see how that's going to go in the race, how close they all were. Could see some incidents, but I'll be happy to see something.
Yeah, I mean, the drivers also going to have to be careful going into turn 1, short run. And then obviously it's kind of downhill, isn't it, right-hander. And there's not a lot of runoff, so, you've got 22 cars could be screaming into that corner.
Fully expect someone to be seeing that gravel trap. Fully expecting someone to see that gravel trap. Thing is, I can picture the Chevrolets will get a decent start. The Audis will try and box them out, and it will just because the Audis know that the cars behind them are going to get better starts. So it'd be interesting to see the kind of start tactic they use, whether they try and block them away or kind of force them to take an outside line, etc. Either way, looking forward to this.
No, my documents just disappeared, so I can't nasty.
Ah.
So I was just reading that and then it just disappeared.
Whew. Right. So getting ready for race 1. Obviously we've got CK pole, Garside second, Ryan Powell in third, Liam Ferguson fourth, Brandon Roos fifth, Luca Townsend sixth. That's the 2 championship rivals, big time. Nathan Rutherford seventh, Declan Evans eighth, 9th Ashley Field, and 10th is Jake. So I think the only person that I'm surprised to not see up there is it's got to be Kyle Cully. Obviously sat in 9th in the championship at the moment. You expect him to be higher up in the qualifying order. He qualified down in 15th, right next to Ali, both of which are kind of in a fight for 6th and 7th in the championship, really. So because there's still certain places to play for.
I mean, the whole field covered by a whole second, so, he probably just lost a 10th gear there, and that was enough to drop him down the field there.
Right. So not long now until what will be race 1. I mean, we've got to pick CK for the win, surely. And he's going to be battling heavily with those Audis around him, but that's going to be a major battle going on between that top 4 potentially.
Yeah, I mean, it will come down to getting a good start. And then, although he's obviously got the outright speed, I think he'll probably have to aim to be more consistent, because if you just have that one great lap and you can't then keep it consistent to the other guys next to you, then you could end up being attacked or assaulted by quite a few cars. So I think that'll be the important part in this race, is literally get a good start, try and keep it clean, especially for the championship contenders. And then
it's such a difficult. I mean, it's such a difficult track to overtake on that it is going to come down to a mistake that's going to drop someone down the order, or just someone taking that inside line away from someone, or just either something ballsy or a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what would Callum would probably prefer is second and third behind him, get into a scrap and allow him to get away. You know, that would be the perfect scenario for him, especially, you know, championship-wise.
Oh, definitely. I mean, championship-wise, Callum obviously isn't. He's not in the fight now, but both the members of his team, because he's part of the same kind of JSB stable as Brandon and Luca, and both of them have been, obviously, you'd expect Callum to kind of. I don't think he'll favour either of them if it comes to it, but he'll also try not to take positions from them if the chance arises, I expect. But obviously this is Callum, and we know that he does want to get the wins as well, so it's...
Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of drivers that are not in the championship fight, they can still affect the championship, is what I mean. He could end up taking points off of the guys that really need it.
Yeah,
I would be, I
big one
suppose,
is going to be what he can do against Garside, won't it?
I'll throw a bit of controversy out there, because why not? It's possible, but he might end up just letting his teammates go by. Let them duke it out.
Potentially.
Yeah,
The only issue he's got
potential.
is how high... The only issue I think he's got is the fact that Garside has qualified so high. So he hasn't got the luxury of letting Brandon and Luca get the points and tucking himself between them and Garside.
Yeah,
Ash is pretty much...
true.
Ash with that qualifying, I mean, he saved himself with the last lap.
I was just saying, I thought he was going to make the top 10, and I'm glad he managed to hook up a good lap in that Honda to...
Oh, definitely.
Hopefully he get a good start. I know in the past, Hondas haven't always had the best starts.
No,
racing,
he has got the Chevrolet of Andrew Lawrence directly behind him on the grid as well, so that he could be a factor. But it's... God.
Yeah,
I think too early to tell.
Especially for Ashley, I think the biggest problem he's going to have to contend with is he's probably going to initially have some quicker cars around him on the grid that could potentially get off the line. I'm not saying he won't get a good start. If he gets a great start, then he can limit that damage. And then all he's got to do is just survive that first few corners, survive that first lap, get into rhythm, and then obviously, for his sake, he's going to have to attack. He can't settle for a mid to low position and then hope for a reverse grid number or something like that. He's going to have to get strong results in all three races.
Oh, definitely. One thing I will say about Ash is that, he's one of those drivers that you get, if you allow him to get into a rhythm, he will put in extremely quick laps and just disappear on you.
Well, so he doesn't lack commitment and confidence. He throws that car in.
God, no.
So, yeah. I'm expecting to see him do some actually pretty awesome things, to be fair.
Yeah. It's, yeah. This could go anyway. To those who are just joining, we've just completed qualifying, and we're getting ready for race 1. So... hold on to your hats. Turn 1's going to be manic.
Yeah, I mean... it would be exciting for the championship. I don't want it to happen. I'd like to see all the drivers get a good start and just proper duke out tonight for all three races, but I kind of can't help but think that something's going to happen to one of them and they're going to have to do this crazy recovery drive to save it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that the way the points are, I think Luca has a lot more to lose. It's his to lose with the way the points are. He has one problem. He knows he's going to have to just absolutely hammer it to get back for the field because one or two bad races here, and then those guys are literally going to be right on top of them for race 3.
Yeah. It is definitely Luca's to lose, like you say. It's he's got a decent gap back to Brandon, but all it takes is one bad race.
All it takes literally is not a top
in,
15. Get DNF or not get top 15, and these guys can score to 32 points or something, I think, for a race.
Yeah.
So it's the click of a finger, one of those guys could be right there within just a few points.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I mean, all the other guys, but not in a championship fight. I'm actually intrigued to see how they go because they're all just going to go for it, you know. Some might not want to get involved in it, but I hope that the majority of them decide, you know what, they want to win it, they're going to have to earn it and just drive the wheels off their cars. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether we get anybody kind of not pulling over, but allowing a car pass to give them a hand or anything. It'd be a.
Yeah, I mean, I just
be
outside is to get a good start, try and get into turn 1 first, or at least get out the inside to try and make it into turn 2.
Yeah, right. So ready up. Get ready to spectate, and we can get race 1 underway.
Alrighty.
Brady in the chat said, "My Chevy's poop. Can't get Brandon to do anything good these days." That's a bit harsh, mate. He's got to second in the championship. What more do you need?
Who was that? Was that Brandon?
No, that was Brayley.
Oh, Brayley. That's right.
And he's also said Damon back to JSB to next season. Nah, man, he's staying here with me.
If it comes to news updates and stuff like that, I already confirmed myself to be a commentator next season. So I'm aiming to do the whole season next season as commentator.
Ideal.
So I think JSB already confirmed their cars for the drivers next season anyway.
Of course they have. But you know what Jack's like. He'll take whatever he can get.
Which you could do, give me a 5th car and just like put some lights on it, and I'll just make it really wide. I mean, I don't know. He just wants me to do a 15 car queue again. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, it's got me. So off on a warm-up lap.
So obviously this is where the first lap is Tokyo Drift for the warm-up lap, where everyone supposed to warm up their tyres.
Hopefully we won't see someone stack it in a wall. I don't think we've got Connor in a BMW, so he should make it around the track safely.
So I'll probably have to ask why they're doing a warm-up lap. Have we had Stephen come to turn around and stick any more cars into Narnia while I've been away?
Not as far as I'm aware. I think he was looking at... I think he put the BMW kind of outside the wardrobe to Narnia, but he never put it there completely. But I think this Merc might be getting chucked, I'll be honest. Just from rumours I've seen, you know, there's talk of BCR switching to the BMW, so the Mercedes could be getting Narnia'd, so to speak.
Yeah, the BCR have only confirmed one driver, isn't they, so far? So
yes, he is the only one confirmed. It'll be interesting to see who they have the next season. We'll see.
I think there was a driver confirmed to a team earlier on this week, wasn't there? I swear I saw it pop up.
Earlier on,
sorry,
we had Shane
ended last week, sorry.
And yeah, Shane and James Allen both committed to MCE. So Shane obviously was part of Velocity Racing with Duncan Prime for this season, and I think from what we can tell, it looks like Dunk might actually be leaving the series at the end of this race. He might be done with racing altogether. Dunk, who's been in the series for years, been in for quite a long time.
It's going to feel strange having him not on the grid because he's. I mean, I've been around for many seasons, but I mean, I've had a few breaks here and there and come back because I just can't stay away from racing. But that'd be sad to see him go. Yeah,
definitely.
Well, an exceptionally quick warm-up lap there. They're all starting to get back onto the grid here.
Doing their
It'll be interesting to see.
First on the tyres on the line itself.
Be interesting to see. I mean, you probably can't see it too well from the camera angle, but I'll be interested to see if any of those cars are slightly angled, as if they're, you know, fully
definitely. I reckon you'll find it maybe one of the Chevrolets with an angle on it. But I've just seen that Ash has entered his grid slot really late, so he's tried to get he's tried to keep his tyres warm right until the very end. Looking like good to see Mills actually had to pit warm-up lap.
Yeah, that's always a good start. I hope the camera angle stays good to see what happens in the midfield there. I might dump back a few guys here to see what happens in the midfield.
Sounds good to me. I'm going to keep an eye on Callum, see if he can get a decent start. He's obviously got Phil on his outside.
Right, so I've actually gone to... Is it Ash? Yeah, I've gone to Ash in 9th, so I'm going to see how he progresses to.
Sounds good. Right. Looks like they're getting ready to go.
Yeah, I'm hearing those engine revs.
They're away. Phil looks like he's got a beautiful start on the outside. He's already taken that away. Ferguson has also got a decent start. He's next to Ryan, possibly got past already. Ryan's on the inside of him. 3 cars. Ryan with a slide in the background.
Oh, someone sliding there. It was one of the Chevys, actually. Like 3 or 4 wide.
Yeah, definitely. Got someone up the inside of Ryan going into Druids for the first time. Both Chevrolets actually getting a really good start, both of the JSB ones. Further back, looks like everyone's got through cleanly as they come down the hill for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, so Ash just... so Ash has just gone around the outside of one of the Chevys, and they're going side by side, coming to the next corner area. So,
Ash is not messing around. He's trying to get out of this place as quick as...
Oh, he almost went 3 wide. He could have ran out of road there if he wasn't careful. He's still having a drag race with a Chevrolet. And there's actually another car getting involved. It's like another Chevrolet. It's 4 altogether going into the corner. It's not going to work, boys. I think they've sorted themselves out. Oh, no, Jack's on the grass. Someone else is on the grass. They didn't sort themselves out.
CK is all over the back of Garside going through these 3 turns. He's got... It's the top 4 at the moment of... It looks like it is Garside followed by CK, Ferguson, and then Brandon up in 4th. Luca's dropped down to 6th at the moment, so Brandon's going to be the one to watch out for at the moment. I think CK's looking to make a move on the inside of Garside. No, Garside's closed the door quite quickly, so going through, finishing lap 1, it is Garside holding on to first place. 2nd is CK, 3rd is Ferguson, 4th is Brandon Roos, who's taken that all. Ryan is 5th, Lucas still sat in 6th, 7th is Nathan, 8th is Deck, he's got a decent start. Ash is still in 9th, so he's not progressed much, and then Jake rounds out the top 10, and then it's a gap back down to 11th. So
Jake's attempting an outside. Ash is covering him off. Oh, he's trying to switch back. So yeah,
Ash coming down the hill.
Ash is stuck in this train at the moment. He's got probably 3 or 4 cars in front of him. He's obviously stuck in that queue, and he's got obviously a Merc. It's very fast in a straight line. So. He's got a lot of work to do. There's a whole group of Chevys in front of him, so...
It's like Garside's getting a little bit of a gap back down to CK, not quite enough to be safe though. As you can see him, we're getting a bit of a slide going through Hawthorns for the 2nd time. I think that was a kiss to the grass for Phil then. CK's not really in a place to capitalise, however. So currently fastest lap of the race is actually held by Brandon, so he's going to get that bonus, that all-important bonus point at the moment. But I'm prepared to see that lap fall, as it's a 1:33.0 at the moment, and they were doing obviously 29s in quali.
Yeah, I'm just watching Nathan in 7th place at the moment. He's a little gap to who's that in front of him?
Deck right behind him.
Yeah.
Deck right behind him, and Luca right in front of him.
Yeah, so what happens is Luca's pulling a little bit of a gap ever so slightly, and I think Nathan's going to be the cork in the bottle there, because he's got about 4 cars right behind him. There's a bit of
Ash with a major
sideways.
slide in the background.
Nice move. Saved it nicely. He's on the attack now.
He's having to defend quite heavily from Jake right behind him. I think Jake's really hounding him for that 9th place, and this is not what Ash needs at all, especially with Luca and Brandon up in 4th and 6th. Someone's gone off wide. Who is that? I think that's Robert Newman potentially.
Oh, who was that going sideways? Oh, I was going to look ahead there, see who that was. Ryan. So Ryan went sideways, covering the back straight. I don't know if he got a helping hand, but he has been passed.
He's dropped down to 6th now, hasn't he? So
yeah,
but he's all over the back of Luca, but that looks like it might have brought Nathan.
Oh, he's gone off. He's gone
off.
No, just back in front of Nathan there. So yeah, I just got a glimpse of it on the camera. It looked like Luca went up the inside of him and of Ryan, and I think Ryan tried to shut the door, and he went sideways a bit. So
one of those, yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Phil's actually got a decent gap back down to CK now, who's just having to... I think CK's having to give up on first place, and he's having to defend heavily from Ferguson, who's
This is
all
where
over
I
him.
think
Ferguson obviously...
team orders might come into play. If he can't catch Phil, he might have to let his buddies through if there isn't. Oh, Ryan's gone wide. Nathan's gone up his insides. Declan's now getting involved. 3 wide. No, it's gone in. They sort themselves out 2 wide. That's just cost him 2 positions there, Ryan. Ryan just lost 2 positions there to Nathan. And
dived up the inside of Deck into... Whoa, Ash right behind. That was extremely close through them there.
it just millimetres
That
apart
inside
here.
line from Ryan now. And I think Ash has capitalised and followed him through as well.
Ryan's gone
Actually,
wide,
Phil
so
dives up into 8.
Ryan's got
the
the
grass,
switch
though,
back.
that's not gonna help him.
And Ryan's got back ahead there. That grass touch cost him there. Oh, and the Mercedes now
It's going to cost him again. Yeah, Jake got through as well.
So is Ash actually on ballast? He is, isn't he? Coming into
He is, yes.
That's. I bet he can't wait to get rid of it.
Looks like it.
I
looks
bet
like
he's
it's
sitting
affected
there right now.
heavily,
Like, I
doesn't
want
it?
to get rid of his ballast. Oh, someone's gone
Yeah,
off
Ash
in
has got
third. Someone's gone off in third there. I don't know who that was in third. Just quickly got up to him there. I just saw the dot stop on the grass, so
Looks like he's kept hold of it because that is Ferguson, but he's right. He's tucked ahead of Brandon now, but CK has got away, so that could release CK to actually make his push back towards Garside at the top. But it does look like a possible mistake from Ferguson, and he's now got Brandon all over the back of him. Ferguson is going to have to defend heavily because Brandon wants these places. He wants to put as many cars as he can between himself and Luca. So that's going to be a...
yeah.
Oh, is he going to...
Don't think he has enough. Yeah, he's
Shut
too
the door.
far back for that one there. So he's
Definitely
obviously
looked-
making
Brandon
he's gonna
definitely
make him
looked
think.
at that.
He's gonna be like, he's letting him know right now in his mirrors, I'm here. You know, if you don't know I'm here, you do
Brandon
now.
will take that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I just saw it on the map. Ferguson looked like he must have ran wide going through that chicane at the top of the hill. Probably skimmed across the grass. That's why he came out just in front of Brandon there. But Brandon will see that and be like, he'll know, but he just keep the pressure on sector 3 there over that chicane area and hope the guy will make a mistake again. When they're all on the limits, 2 wheels on the grass, so they're...
Ryan's gone wide again on the exit of Hawthorne, so he's really pushing to try and get his places back. I'm just checking this battle for 7th for the moment because there's a real train that's starting to form actually. I think it's Luke has obviously got away, but the battle for 6th, which is obviously headed by Nathan Rutherford, it looks like everyone's slowly kind of catching to the back of him and is making a bit of a train forming, whilst Nathan is trying to push up towards challenging this top 5. But at the moment, Luca's just driving smart and not really making any mistakes. Obviously, you had that possible kind of whatever happened between himself and Ryan, but it's just, I think now it's just Luca's just kind of keeping it on the black stuff, so to speak, and hoping to get as good as he can get.
I actually think Nathan and whoever it is he's towing along are actually pulling away from Ash in 9th. I think Ash is it battling the Mercedes still? I think that's the new little queue that's going on.
Sorry,
there.
just at the bottom of the hill then, it looks like Nathan just put a wheel on the dirt, and that has allowed Deck through into 6th. So as we're in the braking zone, it looked like Nathan just put a wheel on the grass on the outside, and that's allowed Declan up into 6th now. Interesting to see whether Deck's going to make that push for the top 5 now. He's been really all over the back of Nathan this entire time.
Yeah, so while that's going on, actually, Phil Gassard, he's actually set the fastest lap of the race, so he's now got that bonus point in hand.
You know, I know I said it in quali, but we were saying about him needing a perfect week. He's doing all he can at this point.
CK just went off and he's now under attack for 2nd. Oh, yeah, he managed just about shut the door there on Ferguson. He ran wide at the top of that chicane again on that grass, the famous little chicane there.
Yeah.
But now that's backed him up into Brandon, so now those 3 are now going to be battling for the podium.
Yeah, I think this is going to put Garside pretty much, if he wasn't already, it's going to confirm the win for him, but barring a mistake obviously, but behind him he's now got the 3 cars of obviously CK, Ferguson and Brandon all going to be battling for that 2nd place. Luke is in a position not really to challenge them, but if these guys keep battling, you could find Luca involved, and he won't hesitate to get past Brandon if he needs to.
You see a gap, he'll go for it.
He knows what points he needs. Yeah, 100%. This battle for 6th, however, it looks like Kyle Cully has latched onto the back of it, so that's possibly what's keeping Ash from going up through the positions, is he's got now the Chevrolet of Kyle to contend with behind him. So
Yeah,
not
that's
only has he got
looking like a
Mercedes
really
ahead
big
of him,
train. Yeah.
it's slowly going to be picking up.
They seem to space out a bit down the back straight, and then they all seem to congregate back together again as they go through the corners.
This GP section really does it's one of my favourite parts it's my favourite part of this track, is the fact that it's all such a fast area that you make a single mistake and it's, you know, you're almost guaranteed to get punished with either a replacement, or at the very least you're going to put yourself in a battle like CK has.
Yeah, I mean, Ferguson is putting him under some immense pressure. At the moment, he's drifting his back end a little bit, so I don't know if he's overheated his rear tyres a bit or whatever, which would be a bit weird in a front-wheel drive car.
That's something I've always seen with Callum, is he likes to have the rear able to step out a little bit under braking in that Audi. It's something I noticed a few races back, and it kind of, he was close to the gravel then.
He was right.
By his definition, it allows him to kind of punch the accelerator just that little bit earlier, because he's already pointing a bit more closer to the corner apex. So it's something that a few of the others have slowly started to do as well, but I think CK was the main one who was doing it at the moment, and you can see it sometimes under braking. He's definitely punching that rear out.
Yeah, the thing is that battle for that second place there is what's now helping Garside put away. Ferguson's now the fastest car on the track, and the fastest lap, so
that shows how much he's pushing for that position from CK. However, that's the point that Garside really wants. But
Garside's going to take it easy right now, but you know, if it's to say Ferguson sees that position, he's like, I want it. See you make a mistake, he knows push him.
Yeah, the only issue we've got is that because of the position at the moment of Luca and Brandon, is that even though Garside realistically has done all he can, other than that fastest lap point, of course, with coming home first, because the points that are going to be gathered up by the others, I think he is mathematically going to be out of the title shot. So it is going to be down to Luca, Brandon, and Ash. And Ash losing out on this many points right now is not helping him at all. He's going to need a big race 2 and a big race 3.
Yeah, there's a slight. He's still kind of getting the slipstream, but Ash he's literally stuck in 10th at the moment. He's obviously going to have to hope that these guys they're battling just make some sort of mistake. I mean, Nathan's getting pushed through turn 1 at the moment, so he's under some immense pressure. Hold that inside line again.
Yeah, he's got the Mercedes of you and then the Audi of Powell all over the back of him. Powell's kind of looking for a gap there, a bit more contact then.
They obviously wanted to get on with it.
They can see Declan getting away. There's a dive up the inside from you and then, but I think that's going to be closed. Yeah, there was.
Yeah. The thing is,
opportunistic dive there, but
that's going to put him on the back foot against the Audi. Obviously, he's got the Merc grunt, but the Audi has got the inside line. So
is Ryan going to get the inside line through the board? He's not going to back out of that one.
Not quite.
Oh, it looks like he did just back out at the last minute. But this is allowing Deck to get away slightly, however, so this could solidify 6th place for Deck here, but I don't see him getting up to the top 5. Brandon has to be careful because Luca's right on him now. CK obviously with the battle with Ferguson is still going on. I think they've somehow pulled Garside in a few feet. Not enough to challenge yet, but he's only got about a 300-foot gap at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Garside can't afford to, he can't really relax. You know, the moment he starts easing off and thinking he's got it, that's way more likely to make a mistake as a driver. So I'm sure he won't slow down. Obviously, he's probably still giving it full bananas. But all these guys that are battling are obviously pushing each other.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing them down the main straight, Jake is on the rear bumper of Nathan that entire way down that straight. He is looking for a gap, and Nathan is not allowing it. But on the exit of Druids, I think Nathan's defended that one.
I haven't taught Nathan any of this, by the way.
Looking ahead of him.
he's just defending for his life right now. So.
This is a great defensive drive from Nathan at the moment. Obviously, he let Deck through, but it looked like that was just Deck taking that dive when the opportunity kind of arose. But
Oh,
Ash
he's
at the
on the
moment is licking his
grass,
lips,
yeah.
seeing those in front of him.
He is
Yeah,
making that
Nathan's using
sherry as
everything
wide
he
as he
can
can.
Absolutely. It looks to me, I can see someone pulled over. Dunk is off the track at the top of Hawthorns. Just seen him there.
Yeah, I
Not
think
sure
he's
what's
getting out of the way of the
happened
battling here by the looks of it.
to him. No, he is completely parked up in the gravel. So
Oh, well,
whether
I
he's
think I
made
had
a
a
mistake and he's... Yeah, didn't see that one, so unfortunately to see Dunk there. That's not kind of how you want to see
Yeah, I
the
did
final.
see a dot stopped in turn 3, I think it was. I think it's where he stopped, so... I mean, maybe he made a mistake and hit the wall. I mean, I don't know if it was damage on his car. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Quite possibly. Very quickly, however, the battle for second has suddenly just become extremely hot. All four of them are right on each other. CK first, second is Ferguson, third is Brandon, fourth is obviously Luca at the moment, but these guys are... Sorry, fourth is Brandon, fifth is Luca, but these guys are all over each other as they coming into the final two laps.
Oh, what
Ferguson
a move!
taking the inside
Didn't mean to.
line.
Ash just overtook Ryan, ran outside of turn 1. Fantastic move. I just caught it in time to see it. That was a brilliant
apologies
move.
to Ash for missing that, but that's what he needs to be doing. He can see the guys ahead of him going for it.
Didn't mean to cut you in there in your battle for third.
No,
but
no,
it's
you're
just
fine.
a sweet move there. So.
I'm going to have to stay with this battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth. Callum has just taken second back from Ferguson. These guys are pretty much pushing each other through every turn. Brandon is having to defend heavily from Luca, as well as keep an eye in front of him at the battle between Ferguson and Kirkpatrick. They are not giving each other any space. Well, they're giving each other enough space to be clean, but they are looking for every part of track they can to get that overtake to happen. It looks like CK is going to hold on to it, but it's going to be one more lap to see if he can keep hold of this. What would be a really good drive to keep second place, considering the battle that's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that they almost, the dots in the radar, they look like it's almost merged together. Oh, and someone's gone off. That was a Mercedes off on the grass, and Ash is just... He's now on the outside. Is he going to do the same to Nathan as he did to Ryan? Side by side. I think Nathan and I think it was the Mercedes, must have got together on the start straight. Mercedes trying to go around the outside. So Ash has just gained another free position from that. Trying to figure out which... I think it was... trying to figure out who it was.
It would have been you and
Jake.
C's under
I think it was
attack
Jake.
Kyle, so yeah.
Jake got a good run round at the last corner, got up to Nathan's outside. The next minute, as soon as the screen changed to the next camera, the Merc was on the grass, so I obviously didn't get to see what happened there. Saw the Merc on the grass, and then Ash almost had the pair of them. But I think Nathan's struggling with the front end, so the cars behind him are hitting the corners a lot
Chevy's
better than
probably
him.
chewed its tyres up. The amount he's had to defend, the front end of that thing is probably... The tyres are completely shot by now, they must be. Just to interrupt, coming around the final corner now, Garside with what looked like quite a simple drive. It wasn't to begin with. He's coming around the final corner, and he's going to take the win here. Checking back, CK's holding on to third. Fourth is Brandon, but he's got Luca right behind him. He's going to keep hold of fourth, so that's quite a big result there. Sixth is going to go to Dex. Seventh has gone to Nathan. Eighth stays with Ash over the line. Yes, he did keep that one away. 10th does go to Carl. 11th does go to Jake. 12th goes to Andrew Lawrence. 13th for James Allen. 14th for Robert Newman. 15th looks like it's going to go the way of Connor Ambrose. He's going to hold it over the line. Yes, he is. So he keeps that position ahead of Jack Brady. 17th goes to Ali Johnston. 18th for Kieran McKeldon. 19th for Shane Bellotti. 20th will go to Ben Berenson. 21st is going to go Mark Ruddick. And 22nd, but unfortunately a DNF, is going to go for Duncan Prime. So, big battles for second and what was initially 6th, but then turned into 7th when Deck got away. But couldn't really. Every time we tried to keep an eye on one thing, there was something going on the other. It was
it was like you watch one
heck of a
group,
race.
and then the next minute you have to go and have a look at the next group because something's kicking off there. But they kept it all clean. There was a little bit of pushing and stuff here, a bit kind of the touring car style, that you expect. There wasn't really any, I think there was only one sideways moment. I think it was for I think it was Brandon or something. Obviously it went sideways when he went for the pass. I think it was Brandon that did the move, and the guy tried to shut the door. Other than that, I mean, little scrapes and stuff here. They kept it all clean.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the fastest lap did end up staying with Ferguson, so he's got that. He's got his first bonus point of the season. Obviously, he's only come in for the last 2 rounds to replace. Obviously, STR did have Robert Kemp, who was supposed to be in that TCR, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it. So Ferguson has jumped in, and he's been incredibly quick from the offset. 2 fifth places and 6th at Silverstone, and now adding to that with his first podium. So
I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the grid full time next season with those kind of results. So
no, 100%. Unfortunately, Forza is telling me that Ferguson got 4th and Brandon got 3rd, but I know for a fact that was not the case. We did see them cross the line. So what does that do to the championship? Luca's still leading. He's leading Brandon by 38 points now, so a bit of a drop down, but not enough to really make him panic.
Yeah, he's going to have to make some big inroads in race 2, because the maximum you can get is 32, 33 points in race 2. So he's going to have to outscore him by 5 points. So he's going to have to make some moves. So that race was so frantic, I forgot to drink my tea. So, yeah. Thank you, drivers.
So let's see if we can get Phil in here and get a word with him and see how he feels about that race. I expect he's going to be extremely happy with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he almost had a clean sweep. He almost got the the fastest lap with the pole. And yeah, I mean, they kind of closed up on him on the last couple of laps. So I'd be interested to hear what he has to say about that. If it was a tyre thing or if it just eased off a bit at the end there.
100%. Just waiting for him to come in now. Here he comes.
Hello.
Hello, Phil. Congrats on a big win, mate. Made that look pretty easy after getting away from Callum at the start.
It wasn't easy, just me. If Liam wasn't behind Callum, I think he'd probably have got me, to be honest. So it was kind of, if Liam wasn't there, yeah, he would have gone, he'd have got me at some point down the straight. But thank God Liam was in third, just harassing him to let me go.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a really good result, mate. Obviously, that's your 3rd win of the season. Obviously, missed out, unfortunately, on the fastest lap because Ferguson took it, but it was a really well-driven race, man. Yeah, he's nicked it from you, mate.
Oh, yeah, as well. Yeah, I've just seen it.
Yeah,
Never mind
that's after you set yours.
I was trying to go for the fastest lap, but I kept on pushing, and then I ditched a wheel in the gravel or the grass a few times, pushing too hard. I sod this, actually. I'll just keep it and just get it back.
Fair enough, man. You expecting much for the next race? Obviously, you're going to be carrying the ballast, but what is your kind of goal?
With that car, the weight just hurts it, doesn't it? So I don't know. It's a case of just, I don't know where I'm going to be with the reverse grid as well, but it's just a case of do what I can, maybe just try and get some points back, and then with the 3rd race, get rid of that weight, and then hopefully go forward again. Hopefully, I say. But obviously, it's a tight twisted track, hard to overtake. I don't know. See what happens, eh?
Nah, definitely. We'll let you go. Congrats again on the win. And unfortunately, even though you obviously did all you could and got that win, it does mean, with the results behind you, it does mean that you are now mathematically out of the running for it. But you had a brilliant run to get to this point. 100%, mate. So you're confirmed for next season? Is that confirmed now then?
I
More
am
juicy
definitely.
gossip.
Don't know about
Yeah.
the others.
There you
No,
go.
I think it is. Yeah.
Ideal, mate.
Well,
He just wants the season to carry on. He doesn't want it to stop, you see.
no, I do, man. I need to change this bloody car. Now Simon's going to go and put it on all the group. Now I'm changing car. I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh wait.
Well, great drive, mate. Good luck for the rest of it.
Cheers, Stephen, mate.
Currently stuck in the black team, but
I
yeah,
think he's
good
still
luck
got a chance for a third, though, and he against Ash. Ash struggled in the.
Well, that's
in
what
the
I'm aiming
dominate
for.
phase there, yeah.
I'm aiming to finish third.
Yeah, you are.
But it's still a big tall order. I get that, but yeah, there's 2 races left, and I don't know how Ash is doing in the first race. I don't know how we got on. Hopefully, I took some points out of him. That was the aim.
yes, big time.
Okay,
Mate.
cool. So I'll just hopefully keep on top. Well, I don't want to jinx myself. I just play it as it comes because you know what I mean. Knowing Todd's law, third race, I'll probably be wiped out on the gravel somewhere. Spit my dummy out. You know what I'm like.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be jinxing yourself. That's not a commentator's curse. Don't catch the commentator's curse.
Nah,
It's a driver's
fine.
curse.
We'll
Yeah, good luck
say
for race
goodbye.
2 anyway.
Let you
Yeah.
go, mate. Yeah, good luck, man.
Sound, gents. I'll see you all later.
See you later, mate. So I've currently got a Forza black screen. Gotta love turn 10. So I may have to.
Still see
I don't know
everything
if anyone
myself,
else is.
so...
You can. That's fine. What I may have to do is quit the game and come back in.
Yeah,
Good old Forza,
He
always-
did literally do the perfect race. You know, it was nothing more really he could have done. So
Did drive really well. Obviously, gosh, it looked like he had that in the bag. I think Ash, now he's not going to be carrying ballast. I think he's going to be one to watch. Luca and Brandon both just missed out on ballast as well with 4th and 5th. It's all going to come down to what the reverse grid draw throws up. I think ideally for Ash, he'll want it as kind of... He'll want to be near to the front, obviously. But
he wanted as big a number as possible, wouldn't he? Have the faster guys at a higher championship further back down the grid.
yes, 100%. Obviously, those he's only really got 2 cars between. He's got Deck and Nathan, who ended up finishing between Luca and Brandon and himself. So it's going to be a case of seeing what they will do off the start with those Chevrolets. Obviously, with the Honda with its downside of that start, he's going to have to be careful of that one.
Yeah, depending how this race goes, I mean, you're looking at Brandon has to finish, you know, depending how far they get up the field, he's going to have to finish about 3 or 4 positions, maybe 5 positions ahead of Luca there to obviously keep the championship fight into the last round, which I think is what we all want to see, really.
Oh,
Get right
100%.
down to the wire.
I think, again, like we said before, it is completely Luca's to lose. And I think he did a really good, safe drive to come back, especially with the battle that was going on in front of him. But
Yeah, I saw the difference there. Luca was just like bringing it home, while Brandon was like, I have to get past these cars in front of me, and he was on the attack.
100%.
You know, he did get past one car in the end, I think, didn't he? So, you know, it paid off a little bit.
Yeah, he scraped through. He did end up finishing 4th, which he was kind of looking at anyway. But he definitely had he had the opportunity to get ahead. But again, it's as Forza is going really fucking great for me right now. Apologies to everyone for this. Come on,
Just
Forza.
wait for the next
Work
Forza
with-
game.
Oh yeah, it's only going to be what, 2 years?
Yeah, you know. Just
At
don't
least
rush
they're
it.
giving this one loads of support. I say with an extremely low
Well, I'll say
frame
if
rate load
they
up.
delay for another 2 years, that makes things interesting with the BTCC game that got announced. So that should be a fun time.
Right. Still waiting for everything to load up. But
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that race. I don't know if you heard me when you were sorting your stuff out. I turned around and said, I was so much into those battles, I forgot to drink my cup of tea, but I had it in front of me ready for, ready at the beginning of the race. It's gone cold now, so...
It always happens. You prepare a drink of some sort, and then halfway through you realised, I didn't even look at it.
There's just too much going on. Hopefully I'll sort out try and stream the whole of next season so people can see what obviously I'm looking at. So hopefully they won't miss something if you're concentrating on something else around the rest of the field somewhere. So.
No, 100%. Right. Here we go, getting ready for race 2. Who's starting on pole? What number got drawn? Oh, it's 11th. Jake is starting on pole alongside Kyle with Ryan and Ash, the row behind, meaning Garside is going to be starting 11th, CK 10th and Ferguson 9th. That's pretty much as well as it could have gone for Ash.
Yeah. I mean, I'm expecting is that Kyle on the front row there. I'm expecting him to get, hopefully, if he gets a good start, to get past the Mercedes there.
Kyle's got to be pole. Got to be getting the whole shot here. He's got to be first into Druids.
That is an army of Chevys straight behind him from like row 3 downwards. There's just a whole line of them. So it's going to be a bit of a siege going on again there. But this is Ash's best chance. P4, it's not quite pole, but he's got himself a great opportunity. Keep it clean and try and get into top 3.
What are you doing?
It was a bit delayed there, so I heard them all revving away and going.
On my side, it is really, the frame rate has gone completely horrific.
So yeah, I mean, I'm going to be watching the guys that obviously finished in the top 3, obviously the 2 championship contenders. I'll be interested to see how they make their way through the field here, because that is a lot of cars to have to get through. And they're right in the danger zone. If it gets too crowded and they get knocked off, they're right in the middle of the pack. It's probably the most dangerous place you can be when you're fighting for a championship. We'll have to tell BCR the Mercedes isn't too bad. It's on pole for this race, so... But yeah.
See if they end up staying with it. So, I think I may end up having to reload Forza again, because I have got some extremely horrific frame rate issues going on right now. So apologies to everyone that can see this.
Well, I'll
it is not loading
my
correctly
best
at all.
To commentate on what's going on, but I mean, right at the moment, they're all starting to slow down in sector 3. I mean, there's 2 groups on the warm-up lap at the moment. You've got like the top 15 together, and then there's like the 6 cars about 6 miles back. So I think the guys at the front have just realised that, and they've slowed right down.
Right. Matt, hi, yes, I'd like to order some frames for the stream. That would be great. Stream laggy. Yes, I am fully aware. I am going to try and fix it right now, guys. So I do apologise for this.
Well, I'll try and do my best for everyone. The whole field's now together. They're all lining up at the grid at the moment, just about to start taking their grid positions. Jake just stopped about 3 rows too early and realised, I think, that pole position's a bit further forward. So, doing that, he was warming up his tyres. So, yeah, we've got a bit of a better camera angle there. So the last car's just lining up now.
It's okay. I'm gonna just got in contact with the admin. We're gonna do a full reset of the lobby. It was completely fine just now, but it is Oh. Oh, that was good fun. Just what you want to see. Stop giving me... I can see him... Matt had the stream paused, and that's why he couldn't see that we were back. Well done, Matt.
Seems like everything's going
Good
on.
one,
I mean, you thought I was eating actual pinballs, not Malin pinballs, so...
that
happens
yeah.
in the break.
Thanks for admitting that one. That was great.
Yeah, we'll have a laugh. I didn't really elaborate it very well, to be fair. So.
Put yourself streaming and spectating. Sorry, change your driver group, that's one. Oh. Right. So who's back? Come. Who's Matt back in spectating?
It's not giving me the option to spectate. What's going on here? Right.
I think Carl's got to load the race up properly, and then we'll be able to. Matt is spectating. Welcome back, Matt. Apologies for the issues you saw. Hope it wasn't
didn't
enough to
see.
make your dog suicidal.
Well, if he paused it, he probably missed it, didn't he? Oh dear.
Oh, I paused it. I paused it being ill watching the last race attempt to start. Ah, that's fine, Matt.
I think the
I'm
race.
extremely
I think the
disappointed
race
in
has
you,
all
but,
been
you know.
set up here, but for some reason I still can't spectate. So. Everyone's readying up there, by the looks of it. jump out and jump back in. Oh, no.
Kyle had to load it up, so it's fine.
It's making me panic,
Yeah.
see?
He does this. You get used to it after a while. Yeah,
Yeah,
because he hadn't loaded
yeah.
the track up properly because of classic Forza. Got there in the end.
So when you say classic Forza, it made me think of my old Golf Mark II, which was sponsored by Baked Beans. Well, those were the days. Oh.
So, let's have a look. 20, so we have lost, I think we've lost, looking through the grid, Ambrose and Berenson, but we will continue. There's probably personal reasons as to why they've done that. Not gonna question it. So, starting from 11th is race 1's winner, Phil Garside, and that means that obviously starting from pole is 11th placed Jake Ewan.
Well, once we get loaded, there we go.
No panic whatsoever whilst we were waiting for that to go. So,
It was all holding our breath
run
there.
through the grid. Always. So, grid for the second race is Jake Ewan first, second is Carl Cully, third Ryan Powell, fourth Ash Field, fifth is Nathan Rutherford, sixth is Declan Evans, seventh is Luca Townsend, eighth is Brandon Roos, ninth is Liam Ferguson, 10th is Callum Kirkpatrick, 11th for Garside, and then those that unfortunately missed out on the reverse, you have Andrew Lawrence 12th, 13th is James Allen, 14th is Robert Newman, 15th Jack Brady, 16th Ali Johnston, 17th Kieran McKeldin, 18th is Shane Bellotti, 19th is Mark Ruddock, and sitting in 20th is Duncan Prime. So, are we making the pick of Kyle for the win? Seeing as he's starting second, should be first by turn one.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
do
if
you
he
reckon
gets,
one of those
I think if he
behind is
gets a
gonna
good
come flying
start,
through?
he can get into the lead. I mean, it's a Chevrolet. I'll be surprised if it doesn't get into first. Unless he,
It's going to take
takes
a
the
mess
right
up on
hash of
his
it.
side
Yeah,
for him to not
yeah.
be it. Yeah.
After that, I think it's going to be how quick the others can get through. I think Ash is just going to have to go all out in this race. You know, he's going to have to be aggressive and do those amazing moves that he did manage to pull off towards the end of the last race. So,
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, Ash is really needing a miracle here now. Obviously, Luke and Brandon have about 38 points between them. Shane's my call for the dub. Matt says Shane is his call for the dub. He wants Shane Bogotti in 18th. What the fuck happened? He didn't really do much, mate, in all fairness. Yeah, so Luca 569, Brandon 531. Ash is currently sat on 513. So he is 56 behind Luca. Like, he pretty much needs Luca to DNF this race.
yeah, it's his only chance, really. Yeah.
So, realistically, we are looking at a Luca versus Brandon fight for the lead, fight for the win.
Then they're together on the
Shane
grid,
could
so this should be interesting because, like I said, they're in that midfield. Championship fight-wise, that is a dangerous place to be in the midfield. There's a lot of cars there, and they're in a pack of Chevrolets. So they're probably not going to make a position on the fellow Chevrolets around them. But, I mean, I think they're far back enough that they shouldn't affect the guys in front of them. So they'll probably make a few positions. It's going to come down to how they can get through the field, I think. But Ash really needs to go for it.
Yeah, Ash always looks like he's slightly angling himself inside as well. Because Nathan, actually, I can see from this angle, has angled himself to straight for the gap between Ash and Ryan. But the revs have climbed.
They're all itching to go. I've got my camera set to the championship leaders in the mid-pack to see what goes on with them.
I'll keep an eye on the front of the grid. Currently watching Kyle. You can see Nathan directly behind.
And
they're
there
away.
we go.
Look like someone in the back made a great start, but Kyle has already, as we expected, got that position from Jake. He is a car length ahead. Is that
Couple of
someone
cars
who's
got
gone into the
sideways
gravel already?
there. Yes, they got a bit sideways, but I think 2 or 3
Don't
cars,
look
4 cars.
Who is that involved in that? Any of the big players? It is James Allen and Ali Johnson in the gravel, looking through. I think everyone else is all okay. As I get the Forza loaded screen.
Yeah, that's what I just got.
Something's gone down.
Oh, this is amazing.
It looks like James Allen is gone.
So, the championship leader is in 3rd. He's already attacking the 2 leaders.
Oh, he is fighting for that. He wants to get through as quick as he can. Brandon sat in 6th. Looks like Deck got a decent start in 5th at the moment. Then a bit of a train back to 7th, and then you've got the ballast holders all behind that. But where's Brandon amongst all this?
Luca is 2nd now.
Okay.
He just monstered that start.
Luca's going for it. He wants the win. He wants to get his championship decided as quick as possible. Unfortunately, yeah, James Allen is the one that has left. He looks like he got involved in that turn 1 incident, and it was just the end of his day, or the end of that race for him. So unfortunately, he is. And Luca's taken the lead from Kyle around the outside.
He is not messing around. That has to be probably one of the best starts I think I've ever seen from a driver. He was like, what, 9th I think he was going into this? 8th or 9th, and he's already in the lead before the first end of the first lap.
He's really made a jump through. Carl's going to be all over the back and trying to take that lead away, but now we've got to see how Brandon reacts, because he is... Ash, looking at it right now, that's it for Ash. Luca is in 1st. It is exactly what he needs. Brandon needs to get past Luca to give himself a chance. And currently he's sat on the back of the pack that involves Kyle, Jake Ewan, Ryan Powell, and then Brandon is sat in 5th, and he's got Declan in 6th, and now Andrew Lawrence has got up to 7th, chasing behind them. So, and then currently Ash is sat in 12th, so he's really not having a good time of it at the moment. Luca's already got himself a gap.
Brandon's getting aggressive now. He's realised what's just happened here. He's trying to go up the side of Ryan at the moment.
Luca's getting away from Carl. He's already getting about an 100 to 150 feet gap on him. Brandon's going to try and get through the pack and has got to get to Luca as quick as he can. Looking like he's on the inside of Powell going through this section here.
Done. Nicely done. Still side by side though, so it's not all complete, but there you go, he's got himself up to 4th there.
Ryan's on the attack straight away. He's on the outside going into the final turn as Kyle is defending heavily from Jake. It looks like
Ryan's
Ryan's
touched the
just it
gravel.
out. That's not what he needs. So that's that confirmed for Brandon now. Declan's all over the back of him as well, so Deck could come into play here. But it looks like Brandon is now just setting his sights on Jake Ewan and Carl Cully, who have swapped places going through turn 1. Jake's having to hold the inside line, and Brandon is now all over the tail feathers of the Chevrolet in front of him.
I'm looking for all these cars here, and I don't see a Honda. So what happened to Ash? Did we see what happened to him?
Not sure what happened to him, but it looks at the moment like he is sat down in 16th. Ash is sat in 16th.
There was a just before those cars went off into turn 1. I did see a couple of cars go sideways before going to turn 1. So I'm wondering if he got tagged by someone. Yeah. Because I couldn't tell what cars went sideways. I think it was an Audi and another car, and then there's other guys that got caught up into turn 1 itself. So
that is part of that then, but
that is
not what Ash needs at all.
That's
so
not what he needed.
100%. He's had a good season. He's pushed that Honda right to the limits, as we saw. And it looks like he's going to just fall short here, and it's going to be down to Brandon versus Luca. But if Luca continues as he is, this is going to be it. This is Championship 1, third one in a row for Luca as it stands. Brandon right on the back of Carl Cully now. Looks like he's just setting him up to dive on his inside through the final turn as they're making their way down the start-finish straight.
Going to
have the inside line, potentially. No, Carl's covered that one off.
I thought Carl there for a split second he was just going to leave him to go on the inside, but he shut the door.
It did look like it. Carl's wanting that position. He wants that podium as much as he can. Kyle obviously currently sat with 1/3.
Oh, there we go.
2 second
places.
Nice
one.
There it is. Up the inside. Great move by Brandon. Now he sets his sight on Jake Ewan in front of him, who is slowly hunting down Luca, actually. I'm not sure if he's gaining on him there.
I mean, Brandon there, he just looked like he wasn't going to go for the overtake, and then just did one of those classic dive moves right at the last second there. But that's the kind of moves he needs to make now. He has to catch Luca and try and do something about this.
100%. Luca looks... Issue he's got is Luca has got clean air. He's got enough of a gap behind him now to just concentrate on his lines and everything, and Brandon pretty much is going to be running the exact same setup, so it's completely down to driver now. You know, these two are in the exact same car, they are teammates, you expect them to be in the same setup as well. You can see Ferguson and Garside in 9th and 10th at the moment. Looks
Brandon
like a big battle going on behind
the grass, there. Just got away with it though. He is really pushing that Chevy hard. I was half expecting maybe those two being together on a grid, a Hamilton-Rosberg thing, you know. I thought, well, what happens if the teammates get together, you know? But it didn't happen.
Potentially. No, instead it was looks like someone got turned around further back in the grid.
Yeah, I think it was 2 incidents that happened. I think it was what accumulated to the... it was like 3 or 4 cars in the gravel in turn 1. So,
Definitely James Allen, and it looked like Ali Johnston were 2 involved. Couldn't quite see who else it was. But at the moment, the battle for 7th is heating up as Liam Ferguson heads that one. Ryan Powell is slotted in behind him with Garside, Brayley, looks like Kirkpatrick and Rutherford all in this battle, so that's quite a big one for 7th at the moment. But we've got to keep an eye on Brandon, who's latched onto the back of Jake Ewan for 2nd place.
It just took him a lap to do it, so he's got some serious pace as well.
This is exactly what Brandon needs to be doing. This is not what Luca wants to see, is Brandon coming through the field, because he is a man on a mission when he gets in this kind of mood.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, 2nd and 3rd place there have actually pegged the gap somewhat to Luca up front, so he's only gaining time now because they're going side by side, so their pace is similar to his at the moment.
Just going to be down to how quick Brandon can let this place away from Jake, really. I can expect to see him possibly look to get a run into turn 1. If not, might see him do a repeat of the move on Kyle, which he did.
Looks like the Mercedes moved over. On the inside. Yeah, the Mercedes moved over.
That looked like he's gone for switchback. I think this could have been the plan actually from Ewan to try and hold on to 2nd, because he knows he's going to have
that was
better traction down the straight. But
I just saw him move over to the right
between these two,
and then all of a sudden he did a switchback, and I was like, okay, I'll see what he's done now. So that's really good thinking. He obviously knows where that Chevy is strong.
Try and hang it around the outside of Druids. He's going to hold. Nah, he looks like he had to back out of that one.
Yeah. That is
I have
smart
to mention
driving,
quickly, Deck has got right onto the back of Kyle. Deck and Nevins has got right back onto the back of Kyle Cully for this battle for what will be 4th. And it could be interesting to see whether Deck's going to try and push on against these two here, which would really shake things up for Brandon. I think he needs to get past Ewan as quick as possible, obviously, but with the oncoming potential that is Deck Nevins, that he shows some pace sometimes that is scary quick, enough to challenge front runners. And if he can get past Carl as quick as he looks like he's got onto the back of him, it could be struggle for the 2 ahead.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them look really... You know, there's a lot of 2x2 fighting going on throughout the field here now. They've kind of spread out compared to race 1. Except for, I think there's a bunch of cars further back that are together. But they're all kind of in a 2x2 formation with their battles at the moment.
Definitely, as we're saying this, Deck has got the inside line going into the final turn against Kyle, and he's made that move stick. Kyle's going to have to slide behind it, looking potential switch back on the run to paddock. I think Kyle might actually have the position straight back, so this is a great battle between the 2 Chevrolets here, running different setups because obviously part of different teams. Deck going to try and switch back on him again, take the inside
Brandon's
line
was straight
into
inside,
Druids,
so there. Brandon's just a switch back again. These two are proper going at it. I think he's got the inside for the next corner. Yeah, he has. Brandon just did the classic up the inside move in turn 2, but Mercedes just come back again. Back. Yeah, Jake's.
I think Luca must be loving seeing this behind him, seeing these two battling. He is just going to get away. Jake
Mercedes ran wide. Yeah. Jake just went on the grass.
That's going to be it now, I think.
What I noticed is when those two weren't battling, they were actually catching Luca. As soon as they battled, they lost like a second. So Brandon really needed to get that done, and Jake almost lost it. he's given. I'll give it to him. He's got a lot of commitment. You know, he's pushing that Mercedes really hard. Oh, Brandon's gone off.
Brandon, this is where you can see Brandon's trying to get the push. He needs this place from Luca. He's up 5 laps, nearly 4 laps to do so.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's done it here for Brandon is that it's took him way too long to get through the field, whereas Luca he got past everyone within that first lap. I mean, he must have picked his way through the contact that happened around him and just took full advantage of it. That race start, as I would say, was at the moment would be the defining moment of what's won in the championship. If nothing else changes,
100%.
that would be what it is. Just that one race start he had right there.
Incredible first lap from Luca to take first place. Brandon's going wide again this time in the exit turn 4.
He's trying to break the
We
zone.
did say that it would be down to... It must be, but the thing is, we did think that it would be down to the race start, but I didn't picture Luca getting that good a go.
Well, no, I thought he would
he's
stay
just
around
now-
as Jovi's around him, but Nathan had a bad start. Declan, I think, was kind of the same, and then obviously they met up with the Honda and an Audi. I think it's one of the 2 cars that came together, and they checked up, and Luca obviously just found the perfect gap and just went straight through. He gained so many positions doing so. It's tight for seconds, not over though. Brandon's under
Jake's
a lot
not
of
giving up.
pressure. Oh, I think Jake's just gone off again. Yeah, he just went on the grass again.
That
I
might
think
be
that's
enough then.
yeah. I think that's going to give him the break that Brandon needs there to really try and get on with it now.
See, Luca at the moment is holding fast lap with a 29.4, which is when you're considering that in qualifying the fastest was a 29.7, that's a pretty much a qualifying lap that Luca has put in. However, Brandon looks like he might be slowly reading him in, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's 4 seconds behind as it stands. Going to keep an eye to see if that number drops. I think we're witnessing here Luca getting the championship confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, I literally think it was just down to that start. I mean, I'll be interested to see actually what he says if you get him in after this race, because I think a couple of cars in front of him got together and he managed to find the gap where others had to check up. Yeah. I'd love to see what it was from his point of view, because he would have seen it happen right in front of him. So
definitely. And just to update further back, big battle going on at the moment. 3 cars looking like for 5th place, which is Carl Cully, Andrew Lawrence, I believe, and Liam Ferguson currently fighting for 5th. And then behind them you've got a 6-car battle for 8th with Ryan Powell, Cam Kirkpatrick, Phil Garside, Nathan Rutherford, Jack Brady, and Ashfield, who's now got up to 13th after that small stint in 16th. Whoa, contact between the 3 there. Ooh,
as I say, there
like
was
Kyle maybe
I
kissed
think
the
there's been an
grass.
accident. I think they sorted themselves out.
They just about got through. It looked like Kyle had a kiss on the grass as he went up the inside, and it kind of pushed him into Lawrence, and then the 2 went wide slightly. And
Tell you one thing, those 3 getting
Ferguson thought he could
together
dive
has
in.
now just brought that 6-car battle right into their toe. That's going to turn it into like a
100%.
10-car battle in a minute, I think, the way they're going. So
Ash is defending heavily from Jack. I think even Jack's just wanted to get as many positions up as he can. But going through that is going to be a train to watch out for. Luca, he's got 3 laps left. I don't think Brandon's catching him. See if the timing...
I've got the time
Behind
screens
the
up.
leaders.
He has increased it by about 6/10 over the last few laps. So I think he's just pacing his teammate at the moment.
Just wondering whether Brandon's pushing so hard, he's making the mistakes, it's not letting him catch up now. Obviously last time we checked it was 4.4 seconds between them, 4.6, yeah. Gap's opening up slightly. It's not
It is
looking
going
like
back
it's
and
going to be
forth,
enough for Brandon.
so-
Yeah.
I've got the information up in the bottom of the screen in the corner. I've watched it. It was like 3.9, then it went to like 4.5, and then up to 4.6, and it went down to 4.3. And I think he's just managing the gap now. To be fair,
That looks like it. Further back, Ryan Powell and Callum Kirkpatrick side by side on the going through the penultimate turn. I think Callum's just run wide a little bit, so might confirm the position for Ryan, who's just trying to fight back and keep 8th place. This is this big battle that we were looking at. Nathan gone round the outside of Callum, a bit of contact, and he's got Phil Garside right behind them as
I
well.
think someone's touched the gravel back there. I mean, I saw some gravel get kicked up.
Oh, they're really close together. I think Callum went to take the... Oh, is Callum going to hold on to that? He looked like he got a major slide on as he was trying to get the breaking point then.
Oh,
and
something's
Ash
going
has
to go wrong
benefited
here.
big time.
Oh,
Ash
somehow they
dived at
saw
the place of what looked like 2 cars then.
He's past 3 there, I think, in the end. Was he at the back of his queue, or was he just ahead of Jack?
He was at the back of this queue. He's gone from 13th to 10 in what looks like 2 corners, so exactly what he needs. So going
Nathan's
through,
car is
Luca
looking a bit
pretty much
second hand,
confirmed
so
it.
I think he's defending
It's-
for his life again. Oh, he's off!
He's
off!
run a bit wide. That's going to be Ash now.
Oh,
Callum's looking for a gap. It's not going to be there.
I think all of these guys are holding their breath in there right now. Oh dear.
Absolutely.
Jackson to
That's
go around the
moment for
outside.
Ash.
Oh, I heard some contact.
Gravy. Might be something. Whoa, Jack. Careful.
They're getting
there,
their
boys.
elbows out now.
Got-
You think this is race 3 the way these guys are driving? Oh yeah, that's some really dicey battling. It'll actually be interesting to see if Ash and Garside are still fighting for third, because I mean Ash has got ahead of them all, and Garside's obviously in this queue of cars still. So I think, like you said, the weight is kind of hurting, but.
Yeah, it looks like Ash, if he was 13th, I think it would have been enough to put Garside right on him and make a really interesting race 3 between the two, but as it stands, I think Ash might be just doing enough to keep third. Hey, come in, welcome to the chat. Shame you're not racing, pal. Sup Boss and Yo Damo from Jizzy.
It's like, hey, that's Damo's voice. What's going on? Yeah. I'm a special guest appearance, just to sort of just appear out of nowhere, you know.
Oh, and he's plugging the merch. We gotta love you, Jizzy. So looking through, yeah, Luca first, still, Brandon second, third is Jake, fourth is Deck. After getting past Kyle, he's just disappeared, kept hold of that one. Then fifth is now Andrew Lawrence, sixth for Ferguson. That's a really good drive, actually. Ferguson to be sat in sixth, considering he is holding on to the ballast. He's going to be scary to look at next season. From the
I think
races he's done,
he could be a dark horse. From what you said of him this season, he could be a dark horse. Especially if he gets some
late
consistency in
entry,
him.
and from 4 races he's scored 84 points so far, which is bloody good.
Yeah,
He
I
might be
was
one to
surprised
keep
if a
an eye
load
out
of
for
teams
next
try to pick him up, but Ryan and
I feel like
Declan
some teams
going
may
at
have
it.
compared.
Bit of contact, but they keep it clean. Yeah, I was not Declan. I do apologise. It's I thought it was Declan's car just then, but it's not. So
Oh, no,
I do
it's Kyle,
apologise.
yeah.
It's Kyle. Yeah.
No.
Wrong car. Do apologise. So it's what? It's Jizzy
that
in
is
chat
that.
now, is it?
That he is, but that is that. That was the final lap, and we can now confirm Luca has got it. He has done enough. Brilliant race from Luca.
Yeah, he got a
Click,
whole
that's
lot
the final
there.
lap.
Well, no, I was watching this battle
So-
going on in the midfield, so yeah.
Battle, yeah. So Luca has taken first. Brandon has got second. Third has gone to Jake. That's a really good result from him in that Mercedes. Obviously, fastest lap has also gone to Luca, so he's really
Sealed the
put
deal
a
there,
stamp
really.
on this one. Perfect race to confirm himself as the champion. Running through, you've got 4 for Declan Evans. Really good result for himself. 5th has gone to Andrew Lawrence. Keep going through. 6th was Liam Ferguson. 7th for Carl Cully. 8th for Ryan Powell.
And then it all stopped. Yeah. Just suddenly disappeared. I think it was Ash. I think it was in 9th place. I think it was around that spot. We made that like 4 car
Ash
pass.
did keep 9th after. When we saw him in 16th, we thought, yeah, that's going to be a dicey one for him. For him to come back and get 9th, it's a really good result. Obviously, looking at the lap times, Brandon was really pushing the 29.5 to try and get up with him, up with Luca, but it wasn't enough. So congratulations, Luca. You are confirmed as defending your title. See if we can get him in here in a second.
I have to ask now, if Jesus is listening to us in the chat, Is this Mercedes going to Narnia, or is you guys going to have it for next season? Yeah, fish for some information.
Ooh.
From the BCR camp, you know. Try and leak out some news there in the final round.
Let's have a look where it is. Not saying anything yet.
I tried.
very, very good try, mate.
To be fair, that Mercedes did handle itself well, actually. He got third in the end, didn't he? So I think he had him to third.
Very
So.
good try from him. Luca,
Hello.
congratulations, mate. First off, big win. That is
Yeah,
championship
very
confirmed.
important. Is it confirmed?
That is confirmed. You are now
Oh, man.
the champion. You cannot be caught. How do you feel?
Well, after missing 4 races, didn't think this was going to be a year that I could challenge, but, you know, anything can happen in OMA. I'm really
100%,
happy
mate.
with that.
I probably have to ask you
That
about the
first
start.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, that start, I swear he was about, what, 8th, 9th place?
I was
he in
7th
amongst a
on the
whole
grid,
bunch, 7th, sorry, yeah. It was four of your Chevys together, so I thought, you know, you'd make a similar start to the rest of the guys, but you got a better start than the other Chevys around you, and then it looked like 2 of the other cars, I think it was a Honda and an Audi, got together. And I was just curious about, from your point of view, how did you get through all that?
Yeah, so I was focusing on Brandon next to me because I had him behind me, so I was trying to focus on him, and because he was starting on the downhill side of the grid, he got a little bit of a better start than me and pulled alongside. And then I saw what was happening up the road, and I found a gap on the right hand side and managed to slip through, which boxed Brandon in, so he had nowhere to go. He had to wait for the incident to sort itself out. Yeah, luckily I managed to get through without hitting anything and ended up in 3rd by turn 1, which managed to get me a gap to Brandon, so I could just focus on getting the lead. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's
had
the
that
race
lead within... You had the lead before the end of the lap. I mean, I said to Stephen, I said, I've never seen someone do a start like that and just shoot up the positions to first like that so quickly. But I think,
We expected
to
you
me,
to be
that's
high up,
what's-
but that was crazy quick.
I think that's what sealed your championship, was just acing that start and just getting through the contact that happened. But
Yeah,
that was probably the most epic
definitely.
first lap I've ever seen.
Well, I would say congrats again, Luca. Big win. That's 3rd championship in a row,
Yeah,
I think, isn't
number
it?
3, yeah.
Is anyone
3
going to
times
challenge
champ.
you next season? I know.
Brandon
He's now
definitely.
matched. You
Brandon
reckon
is.
Brandon's going to be your main challenge?
Yeah, 100%.
See, we're having thoughts of how Liam Ferguson's going to do, because he looks insanely quick. The
He's
past few
very
races he's done.
fast. Yes, yeah. We were
I
running
mentioned
testing
Dark
before the
Horse.
races, and he was proper quick. He was within the same temp as me when we were testing, so he is fast.
Might be
So
one to
yeah,
watch
he's
out
going to be
for.
one to watch. Definitely.
Definitely. Well, congrats again. You know,
Congratulations.
looking forward
Yeah,
to
cheers, boys.
looking forward to race 3. Now
Yeah, I'm
that
just gonna have a bit
everything's
of fun.
settled, it'll be interesting to see how it's going to go now. Race 3 is always a fun one as it stands.
Yeah,
so be interested to
definitely.
see how it goes with the with everything confirmed. But like we say, congrats again, mate, and
Yeah, cheers, boys.
good luck for race 3.
Cheers. Thank you.
So yeah, said from himself, Ferguson is quick.
Yeah, I just from the results he was telling me, I thought to myself, he could be a dark horse next season. He gets a full-time drive, you know, on the grid next season. I think it looks like he's consistent as well as quick. So I think with just more mileage, he could probably only just go quicker, to be honest. And it'd be nice to have another name added to the list to take Luca on. Give him more of a challenge with even more drivers. Nipping at his heels.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously Ash is going to be one to watch out for. He always is.
Yeah, I think he's had a lot of bad luck tonight. I mean, his speed is there. He's not lacking commitment. I think he was just unlucky with what happened tonight.
100%. Obviously, Brandon, Luca, they're going to be up there. Interesting to see what happens with Ferguson, who he does get picked up by. Obviously, he's only done a few races, and they're all with STR. Whether they've signed him to a full deal, we don't know yet. But he's.
I mean, I'm not part of STR,
definitely
but I have nothing I can give you, to be honest, because even I don't know.
Damn.
I will say nice try, but I generally don't know what's going on with their driver lineup, to be honest, at the moment. I've only just started getting back into things. Yeah.
No, definitely. Well, like I say, I think interesting to see who gets picked up by. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Jake. Obviously, he's not confirmed at a team yet. He hasn't been confirmed at BCR. He's got some serious pace there. Currently sat in 5th in the championship.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't stay with BCR. I mean, Jake's the one in the Mercedes, isn't he? So.
Yes. Yeah.
I would be surprised if Stephen doesn't snap him up for another season.
All depends whether he's already got something going on with another team. That's the other side of it, or whatever it is.
Well, yeah.
As we say this, actually, it looks like for race 3, Stephen is actually able to, has been able to get it. He's got the car out of the garage. He will be here for race 3. Obviously, starting from the back. So
it's because I asked him if he was going to send it to Narnia. He's like, no, I'm going to take it to the track. So
yeah,
I got him at the garage, gave him some enthusiasm. That's right, it's an extra car on the grid, so it'd be fun and see what he can do and see if he can make up some positions.
Absolutely, right. So are we getting ready for race 3?
Yes, someone just left there. So. Yeah, I mean, race 2, even though, there was a big gag of cars towards the end there in a big group.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the drivers were like 2x2 fighting. But there was enough action there still, but we didn't even realise it got to the last lap.
Yeah, complete laps on our part. How we didn't? It was just hectic, completely like end to end battling all around, and then suddenly it was like checkered flag. I'm like okay.
Yeah, sorry, Luca, we totally missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, race 3, 15 drivers.
So if there's only 15 drivers, as long as they all finish, they're all going to get points. So it's everything to fight for there.
You had to jinx it by saying if they all finished, didn't you?
Hey, I want to make it exciting for those drivers.
Fair. All right, I'll allow it.
Well, to be fair, they've all kept it clean. I know there was a bit of an incident at the start of the race, which was kind of what we expected in race 1. So I think they've been well behaved, and then obviously towards the end of that race with the big group of cars, it started looking like a race 3. So I expected this to go all out. Just have fun. And just show us what you got, So is there still a chance for Phil to get past Ash or third? Is that a battle that's still mathematically going on, or? Is it all settled, the top 4 now?
In fact, Jake could nick 4th from Phil as well as Phil could nick 3rd from Ash.
But we've got something to keep an eye on there, then.
So
Those 3, yeah.
It'll be it'd have to take quite a... I think Ash is pretty much confirmed that it would have to take a heck of a drive from Phil to nick that from him. But there is potential there, definitely.
I was just curious if they were already set in stone for this last race, or if there was still a chance for a position change or 2 there or something. So
It does look like it could happen, but it would, like I say, it would I think Jake nicking it from Phil is definitely... It's closer. There's 22 points there, so it would just take it's race 3. Anything can happen. Obviously, Jake carrying ballast, it's not going to be a... Yeah,
I'll be interested to see if the straight line speed of Mercedes can help Jake, keep position, so to speak. Hopefully maintain some sort of position for him. So I'm interested to see what happens.
Obviously, being race 3, you expect a little bit more elbows coming out. It's going to be a case of see if anyone gets a Luca-esque start, I think.
We'll stick a challenge to Luca, start at the back and see if he can go from last to first. But, I won't be that nasty to him.
Well, it is almost a full reverse grid, I think. So let's see where he's going to be starting. So pole position, I can confirm. Went to. Yeah, it's a full reverse grid. It is a completely full reverse grid.
Challenge accepted, Luca. Yeah, let's see what you got. That is,
There we go.
yeah.
So Luca 14th, obviously being the late entry. Stephen will be starting from 15th, but Shane Bellotti from 1st. Are we going to see it? Matt, are you watching? Shane Bagotti is starting from pole, mate.
I like it when it's a full reverse grid because it's just like, it's all going to meet in the middle.
100%.
I didn't jinx the numbers there. I was thought to myself, wouldn't it be great for a full reverse grid? And then it happens. So, yeah.
So our grid for the final race of the season. It's been a long time coming, but we can run through it. So Shane Bellotti will be starting from 1st. 2nd is Ali Johnston. 3rd, Robert Newman. 4th, Kieran McKeldin. Phil Garside 5th, race 1's winner. Jack Brady 6th. That'll be an interesting place to see how he can get on. 7th for Callum Kirkpatrick. 8th is Ashley Field. 9th is Carl Cully. 10th, Andrew Lawrence. 11th, Declan Evans. 12th, carrying ballast, Jake Ewan. 13th, unfortunately runner-up for the championship, Brandon Roos, also carrying ballast. 14th is our newly crowned, but also, of course, successful defending champion for Luca Townsend. And 15th is Stephen Cumming, obviously at the back due to late entry. So, first of the Chevrolets is Ali in 2nd. Expect him to be pole. And see if he does what Kyle did and gets pole, and see if Luca ends up right behind him to nick it away from him on the first lap.
It's actually quite nice here. I'm sitting looking at the cars there at the front, and it's just like, I haven't really seen these cars because of the action that's been going on in the midfield and towards the front. It's nice to see these other guys get a bit of TV time at the front here. But yeah, I mean, I expect that Chevy to get into 1st, and then you obviously got like a Honda there. So, I mean, I think one of the best positioned guys is probably going to be, like you said, Phil and Jack, being like, what, 5th and 6th, I think they are. So, they're in a...
Yeah, 5th and 6th.
They're in the pound seats kind of
They'll
thing
be
if they get a good start to try and get get through and see if they can get a gap before the guys towards further at the back try and side their way through the field. If Luca does one of those 10-place race starts again, I'd eat my own hat if I had one. But,
I've just noticed, however, it looks like someone has had to pit off before the start. I'm not sure who that is. It
Oh,
looks to be Stephen Cumming who has had to go through the pits. So whether he's made a mistake on the warm-up lap or he's decided to start from the pit lane due to being a late entry, I'm not sure. I'll have to find out from him himself. But
he just probably wants to be
he's
the
not gonna
lead for about
disappear
2
down.
minutes.
He wants to see his name at the top, doesn't he? 100%.
They that fastest lap and everything before the race has started.
Oh,
So, yeah, it's
beautiful.
brilliant.
Here we go. Ali is aiming himself kind of towards Shane, just enough to be a bit of a gap. Final race of the season here.
Where the engines are ready to start.
And we're off. Shane looks like he got a really good start actually, but that I think he's going
Oh
to
dear,
first
great
place through
start.
there.
Yeah.
Great getaway from Shane, and if we expected him to be first, Phil's up into third already, so he's got a good start as well. Jack Brady's just going to go up the inside as under braking. Ali takes the lead away from Shane, but Shane switched back straight away, takes it back. This is what we want to see from Shane here. Not normally battling for the front, and it's great to see him in race 3 having his chance. Phil's slotted in right behind him, so he's definitely going to be one to keep an eye out for, but as it stands, Ali Johnson has got first. Phil up the inside of Shane, potentially into Clearway... not Clearways?
Clearways.
What's the name of that turn? Clearways is the other side, isn't it? I've forgotten
Yeah,
what
I
it's
think
called.
so. That's why I haven't mentioned corner names, because I know I'll completely get them wrong somewhere.
I have a track map up. How have I forgot the name? Never mind. How's
Yeah.
it going?
It's the final race of the season, bloopers are allowed.
Exactly, we'll allow it. Jack ran wide, it looked like through Hawthorne's there, and he's just managed to keep himself in 4th place. But as it stands, Ali Johnson in first, Phil Garside all over the back of him. Is he going to go for his second win of the night?
There's been an accident.
Oh,
Jack's been T-boned.
what happened?
Oh. So what I saw there, because I just got to his car just in time. He ran wide onto the grass, and his car just went straight on there. It looks like he locked up his wheels trying to stop, and just T-boned straight into the side of Jack there.
That's unfortunate. So I think it was actually Shane, because he's now down in 15th, so he must have been the one to have been a part of that. And Kieran McKenna
Yeah, I
got
think it
caught
was
up as well,
Shane.
as
It was
he's in
Shane's car, but I
13th.
jumped
Yeah.
onto Shane went onto the grass, and he just couldn't
Looks
get his
like
car
Jack has
stopped.
somehow got away with that because he's still sat in 4th of it as Phil goes up the inside of Ali Johnston for first place. Ali's going to try and take that back down the hill, but it looks like Phil's going to hold on to that one.
But there's
Change of leader here.
mother of battle going on back there. Let's have a look whose that is.
Big battle going on for third, possibly. Yeah, it's a train following Callum Kirkpatrick in third, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that is the mother of all trains. I just saw a whole bunch of dots together, and I thought, oh, someone got together, and it's like, no, they're all just that close to each other.
So Phil's looking like he's going to possibly repeat race 1, just disappear and get a decent win.
Yeah, well, a lot of the guys are
fairness,
struggling
he's
to
doing
get
what
through
he
the
needs.
field. So, oh, is that
Yeah.
going sideways? Ooh, that was a nice save. That was Jack. Jack is he just tapped the grass there and got sideways right in front of Ash. But he managed to save it there.
Ash is going to try and take that place for him. Is Ash going to finish his season with a podium? Got to get past. Ooh, Kirkpatrick touches the gravel on the outside of the final turn there, onto the run to the straight, and Jack's going to try and get off his inside into paddock. I think Callum's just done
Yeah,
enough
he's got
now
him.
under brake, and Jack's
Nice
going to take
move.
that one off him. That's a beautiful move by Brayley.
Oh, switch back though.
Switch back for CK, however. Oh, Jack defends that one heavily.
Yeah, he's
CK's
proper shut the door
going
there. He
for
just slammed it. It's like, you're not going through.
But not enough. It looks like CK's pushed his way side by side. Ash is ready to pounce.
So Lucas just managed to get into the top 10. So he's slowly making his way through this queue of cars.
Actually, I thought Phil was going to get away up at the front, but Garside is actually having to defend quite heavily from Ali Johnson, who is right on him. Ali has picked up a couple decent positions in races, in in race 3s. Sorry, he took a win at Road Atlanta race 3, and he did take a... Oh, what was the other one? He took a podium at Hockenheim race 3 as well. So he is one of those, and he also took second place at Silverstone race 3. So he does benefit from the reverse grid, does Ali, and he looks like he's trying to repeat that again here with Phil Garside. He's going to try and get another win though, making it his second win of the season, or is he going to...
Oh, Callum and Ash
to defend heavily for him.
stuck side by side as well. It's allowing Jack to break away a bit in third.
Oh, Ash hanging it around the outside. That's brave if he can keep hold of that one. He doesn't want to give up a place. Ash is clearly disappointed with how races 1 and 2 went. 8th and the 9th, and he's going to have to be careful here because it looks like... Is that Andrew Lawrence trying to get involved in that one? Possibly. He's got Robin Newman actually behind him. This is a good drive so far from Newman. Ash up the inside of CK. Oh, CK's going to follow him through actually. So Ash gets that position for 4th place.
Brandon has now got to the back of this little line of cars. So Brandon's actually made more progress than Luca. So
Brandon's probably kicking himself that this wasn't race 2 right now, because Luca's struggling and Brandon is slowly, like you say, making his way through.
I think Luca was actually ahead of Brandon, so I don't know if he had a mistake or got caught up with some traffic. Brandon was able to make his way through.
Nathan has said, tell Ali to get away from Garside. I can't do that, man. Ali clearly wants this.
I mean, fair play to him. He's taking advantage of an opportunity to be at the front. But it's good to see when you get a full reverse grid. You don't get to see some of these guys, and at the moment he's doing a stellar job. He's got away from the pack.
100%.
And Garside's towing him around. You can't ask for anything better than that.
No, definitely. I think it looks like, in fact, as it stands, Ali's holding on to the fastest lap over Garside's about to cross the line, so that's probably going to change. It does.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, it just changed. But that was cool.
Still a second place for Ali as it stands is a decent result from him. Of course, he's currently sat in 8th in the championship, just 3 points behind Brayley, so this is going to be quite good for him. In fact, I believe Garside wants it more. Second is still good. Nathan, you're probably right. You're probably right, mate. But Phil, I think, in fact, as it stands, Phil taking 32 points. Ash is doing enough to hold on to 3rd in the championship, but...
Ash is 4th, but he's under some major siege at the moment from, I think it's Callum, and I can't see the other driver at the moment.
That is Andrew Lawrence sat there. So
I think it's Andrew, yeah.
Both the JSB guys, yeah. Well, after the incident a few laps ago, Kieran McKern's making his way back up to 12th from 14th. He's got past JQ, and it looks like Shane Bellotti and Stephen Cohen are battling for 14th in the stands, but this is a pretty decent recovery drive actually from Kieran. Obviously he's not making his way up to the top of the grid, but that is to get a few places, that's really good recovery from him.
Well, yeah, so, I mean, to be fair, there was a few incidents at the beginning there, but everyone's being well behaved for a race 3, so I think something will give though in the train at some point. I think eventually someone's going to get frustrated and go, do you know what, I'm going to go for it and just dive bomb it. Yeah. I mean, they're actually starting to slowly spread out, so...
Yeah, one thing we might have to keep an eye on actually is the lap times being put down by Brady, because he looks like he's gaining on the at the very least Ali. It's that rogue energy making the difference for Garside. Insert shameless plug. Oh, Nathan. Never change, mate. In fact, I think Jack made a mistake there.
I won't say nothing, he's my team boss, so yeah.
Yeah, be nice, he's listening.
Ash just tried to dive bomb a little bit there on Jack. He was much better on the brakes coming onto the back straight, so he's got the sniff now of a position. He's now on full attack mode.
It didn't look like Ash was going to be on for the podium, but he's now got Braley right in his sights, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think they've stopped going side by side now. They're all starting to settle into a pace, and yeah, they've caught Jack up. Thing is now he's going to defend and lose time to the 2 guys in front. So
this here is exactly what Ali needed to keep hold of what is going to be a really good podium for him. But
Yeah, Jack's going to be his best friend right now. So
thing is, Jack's the person that he's trying to overtake for 7th in the championship. So Jack really doesn't want to give up this place either, because I think staying 4th, he may just staying 3rd. Apologies.
yeah, there's a slight tap between Ash and Jack there. So
So,
Ash
as
has
it
got
stands,
Ash has done a switchback.
Oh, good move by Ash there. Is he going to keep that? I was just about to say, and it was going to be cursed to the commentator, but as it stands, Jack would be just keeping 6th place from Ali. He's going to take that place right back, isn't he?
Yep, he's
They're going to
sticking
have to
onto
watch
the
out
gravel.
for
He's
CK.
like,
He's coming up on the
no,
inside.
no.
Is he going to take
3
both
wide.
of them?
Oh,
That's a great move by CK to take 3rd place from both of them. That is really opportunistic driving from the Scotsman.
yeah, I mean, Jack just shut the door. You know, he came back through and he made sure he ran Ash a little wide there, and that gave Callum the perfect opportunity to just sneak up the inside of pair of them. But that's what happens in a three-way fight. You know, you concentrate on one guy, and then suddenly there's another car.
Oh, definitely. And now they're going to have to really be careful, because
Okay, the elbows are coming out
slowly
now.
gaining in again. Yeah, I can just see
Oh,
them coming.
I heard it.
Ash was wanting to keep that place. Quick check at the front. We can see the Garside is still just getting away now. He's got in that gap, making himself what is going to be a really good 4th win of the season for him. And really where it all fell apart with Garside was in a bit of a stretch of, he had a 13th at Mugello, then a 15th at Silverstone, and a DNF straight after. So that's what's kind of, up until that point, Phil was really in the mix. But he's coming to his own in this race as well.
What's that gone off?
Competing.
There's a car that's just gone off. It's Ash.
Looks
Ash
like it
just
might
went
be
off in the
Ash.
gravel. Yeah, he ran wide.
Oh, he's gonna
downhill.
come
Yeah.
fighting through now. This is gonna be
He's come out right behind
This-
Luca. So yeah,
a good spot there. Ash is going to come fighting through. It's always his way. Whenever he makes a mistake, he suddenly, for the next two,
Angry.
3 laps, he suddenly is. He drives angry, and he will be pedalled to the floor. He's currently got Luca in his sights. Luca obviously carrying on to that ballast, and just pretty much this is a victory race for Luca. He's just going around, keeping it clean, celebrating what is his 3rd championship, and.
yeah. I think he's just enjoying himself. He's not getting himself caught up in anything. He's just driving around and picking up places whenever they come available at the moment. I mean, Jack has not even given up on that 3rd. He is hounding Gallon there for 3rd. Andrew's looking like he's going to come under a bit of pressure from Brandon soon as well, in the next couple of laps. Be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is going to be also a send-off for Kirkpatrick as well, because obviously not sure, he isn't confirmed what is going on with him next season as it stands. Obviously JSB have confirmed their 4 drivers, which is going to be Brayley, Lawrence, Roos and Townsend. So you're looking really right now at Jack following the person whose seat he's taken.
Oh wow! So Callum basically hasn't got anything confirmed for next season at the moment.
At the moment, no. There's been talk of him retiring. His words, not anyone else's. So this could be potentially Callum's last race as well. But again, I think he's retired about 5 times currently. Yeah, it is definitely. So.
But maybe a team will pick him up if they got spots available. I mean, Jack's made a couple of mistakes now, so Callum's just took off. Jack's now got Andrew all over him. So the battle of the Chevys coming along here.
Yeah, definitely. I think Andrew's all up for a fight here. As I can see, it looks like it looks like Kieran McKellen's make up quite a few more places. He's up into 11th now, so he's also got past Robert Newman, who's dropped down to 13th. So after the earlier incident, he's come through quite well, and
It's a
really
good
the top
recovery.
3. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the top 3 look confirmed now. 4 for Braley as it stands. I think will actually, as it stands, Ali Johnson will be nicking 6th place from Braley for the end of the season. Which, considering that Jack missed the first 6 rounds, then did a few as a cover for Brandon, then did a few as a cover for Luca, and then from Hockenheim onwards, which was obviously round 13, he was racing as his own, as an entry under Chevrolet as opposed to racing as a cover for the other two.
Yeah.
As Nathan says, he retires every season. Yeah, very true. Callum does seem to retire every season, but he's still here.
He just hasn't decided which season he's retiring from. So so that's all it is.
Yeah, it's more just a pre-warning of a possible retirement at some point.
Maybe he thinks about it because he's not so sure if someone's going to pick him up. But I mean, I'm sure there's a few teams talking to him out there. I mean, performances he's putting in, it'd be a bit silly for a team to ignore him if they can get hold of him.
100%. 3 laps to go, currently on lap 11 out of 13. Let's not make sure we forget about the end this time. Still Phil Garside on first, Ali Johnson second, third is Callum Kirkpatrick, slowly reading in Johnston, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Fourth looks to be Braley at the moment, and now Andrew Lawrence is a bit under siege from Brandon Roos, that he's kind of not enough to get the overtake quite yet, but if a mistake happens then he will be there. Luke Townsend 7th with Ash in 8th, just tucked in behind, again just kind of waiting for a mistake. 9th is Declan Evans, and rounding out the top 10 is Carl Cully in 10th. So it's been, as opposed to the standard race 3 mania, this has been quite a nice calm one. Really good fight from Garside so far.
They're more behaved in this one, aren't they?
We always go into race 3
stuck there.
expecting we always go into race 3 expecting it to be, well, race 3. But it seems to have just been quite a calm one this time.
Yeah, I was just watching Brandon just then. I just caught it. He got up inside of Andrew, but then ran too deep and went wide and onto the gravel, going up to out of turn 1. So Andrew, we passed him there for 5th place again.
I think the closest battle going on at the moment is actually Ash on the back of Luca, but I still don't think he's really in a position to challenge. Might going into the final few corners again, but over here 1.5 laps left. Ash really all over the back of Luca now, actually.
I think tonight it's just been a what could have been for Ash, really. I mean, he's had the speed, he's done some fantastic overtakes, but he's had a lot of bad luck in the 3 races. He got caught up in an instant race 2 at the start with another driver, and then obviously here he ran wide, and there were so many cars in the train.
Really
he
good
lost
position,
a lot of
wasn't
position.
he?
Yeah, he was 4th at the time, and just he dropped right outside the top 10, I think, near enough. So it was a costly mistake.
Definitely. I mean, he's obviously, like you see, he's recovered back into 8th, but it's not the 3rd place that he was sat in. As he goes around the outside of Luca through turn 1, goes for a switchback on him, he's possibly going to get him under braking into Druids. Kind of in an Ash classic tonight, late braking move. Luca's going to hang it around the outside though, but they're side by side, bit of door bashing as they go down the hill.
Yeah, so all
Looks
that
like
going
Luca's
on,
gonna keep on
Callum's
that one.
actually got the fastest lap there, so
That's
Gonna
Callum
nick
getting that fastest lap of the race. Yeah. Coming through. Yeah, Garside. I mean, we're going down the back straight for the final time of the season. Garside.
yeah, I've jumped to the lead
see
as well.
him.
So I'm not missing this one this time around.
Nah,
I
he's
missed Lucas by accident. So,
He's kept it clean. He's had a really good race here, Garside. He got past Ali in the first few laps and never really looked back. Ali, for a bit, looked like he was going to challenge him, but he's just driven his race as Garside. It's going to be a final win of the season, and the last one is going to go his way. Don't think he's going to nick the position from Ash for 3rd in the championship, but really good drive from him. 2nd, Ali, cannot argue with that one at all. 3rd for CK on what we say could be his final race, but
so Ash
Garside,
fell down
really
to
good
9th,
drive from
didn't
him.
he? Yeah, but that's a fantastic drive from Garside. He had a good start and just picked his way through. Yeah, he took the lead early on, and as you said, Ali, he was able to keep holding him for a while, but Garside obviously had that consistency. He got into a rhythm and just didn't look back.
Yeah, that was a really good drive from him again. Kind of like we said, a bit of a what could have been for Ash. Showed some real pace at times, but couldn't really hold on to it. It looks like Brandon actually nicked 5th place, from Andrew Lawrence. So big for him. 7th did go the way of Luca Townsend, our newly crowned champion. 8th, of course, did go to Ashley Field. All in all, Hi, decent racing, good night. Luca crown champion.
It's a
Not
shame he
much
didn't go
else
to
that-
race 3 there. Really, to be fair, you can't fault Luca. His race start is what got him that championship win in race 2. He just picked his way through
100%.
the damage happened into the turn 1.
Yeah, no, he drove really well. He fully deserved the championship. Like he said, he missed 4 races, or he had 3 races which he couldn't attend and 1 DNF due to a disconnect. But he, despite those, only had 1 time when he didn't finish inside the top 10, and that was race 2 at Watkins Glen when he came 13th. Other than that, it was consistency, and that was the name of the game for him. And Brandon, he had incredible consistency throughout the season as well. His fastest laps as well, but it just wasn't enough. And that's what it comes down to in the end, is just that the little points, the moments where it matters. And yeah, big result for Luca to get the championship, and be interested to see what he does next season and if he can hold on to that.
Yeah, I mean, I expect him to obviously be up the front there again, battling. I expect Brandon to be there again, and Ash as well. If all those guys are on the grid next season, I haven't had a chance to look for all the news of the driver lineups just yet. I managed to look for quite a bit of it, but not all of it. But I expect those 3 to be there again. Phil, I think he'll probably be there again. He didn't have it go his way tonight. I mean, it was almost a perfect night. He got two of the 3 wins. So as you said, the ballast hurt his car tonight in race 2. But I think he'll be there again. I can imagine why he wouldn't be. And then obviously the new kid on the block as well. I still think, like Lucas said, he's fast.
Ferguson, we want to definitely keep an eye out for.
I reckon he'll be up there somewhere. I hope he gets in the grid, gets a full-time drive, because I'd love to see what he can do from what I've seen.
No, it's I couldn't agree more, really. And unfortunately, with that is the end of what is season 19. We'll be hopefully, thank you, Damon, for coming on with me. It's been good having the 2. Ali in the chat has gone, woo, race 3 magician strikes again. Not wrong, Ali, you did extremely well, mate.
Brilliant job. I can't fault it. He had the pace. It's what I like about reverse grids. Is when you get that opportunity, you got to take it with both hands. Just don't make mistakes and just push.
100%. Yeah, and he did a really good job. Really good job, Ali. So, congrats again on that one, mate. Congrats on your on yet another podium for you. That makes it. How many is that now for you for the season? I believe that is 5, maybe 6 podiums. 7 podiums, Ali, throughout the season, which that's a really good job from you, mate. Considering that obviously last season you weren't racing, but the season before you didn't score you got 1 podium the season before. All in all, really good drive, mate. Really good season from you. And again, thanks to everyone for taking part. Thanks to those who've watched and checked in on the streams. It's been really good doing this all for you. And